Hi everyone, good evening. How we doing? Nice to have you in the stream. Okay, so a couple of things I need to tell you before we start. I'm using one of these kind of mics here. The reason is I want to do some competitions tonight. We haven't done any competitions for a couple of weeks, and I need to be able to hear the competitions. So last week I was using just a mic. I couldn't hear anything. So hopefully I won't get any complaints with this on. And if I do, then we'll swap over to this one and we'll have to scrap the competitions. So you'll have to let me know how I'm sounding. And the other thing is, do you remember I said I was going to try and get some screen on these glasses, so that because you've got this, see this reflection. So I'm going to try and look down as much as I can, and hopefully you won't get glared too much. I did go into a couple of miles, and I tried to explain it using my pigeon Thai and my the Google Translate, but in the end I gave up. It can get very frustrating here sometimes. Okay, so hopefully you can all hear me. And before we start, cheers, guys. This is my first one of the evening. What I do when I'm doing a stream at midnight, I don't drink for the whole evening because I don't want to come on here pissed. You know what I mean? When I finish, that's not too bad. But you might have noticed as well that the stream started at 5 p.m. tonight because the clocks have gone back. The time here in sunny Pattaya is 2 minutes past midnight. I'm here. Glad you guys are here. 125, and that's good to have you all in. And we'll see how we get on. So let's see who's in the chat tonight. And I'll just say hi to Damien first of all. I actually called Damien in the UK. I was totally rat-assed last night, and I mean wasted is you can't even. I mean I don't, when I go out I'm very mild, you know, because of my age now. I'm very, you know, I don't go crazy, but I did last night. I was out with Andrew Hammond, and you know, oh my God, I can't even repeat what went on it. Let's just put it this way: when I called Damien, I was on camera phone, and even he was shocked. So we'll leave it at that. But he's out here in 2 weeks, so I've never met Damon. I'm looking forward to meeting him. So right, I'm going to say hi to James Casey because your message came in first hours ago. Alexander the Great, you're up in Chiang Mai, are you? Interesting. Okay. There are a lot of guys out here now. And if you're one of those guys who sent me a message saying, look, I'm here, I'd like to meet you up for a beer or something to eat, here's 100 baht towards your lunch, it's great. But the thing is, I'm not kind of avoiding anybody. Some people I have met by accident, but it's just so hard to kind of schedule it all in because, believe it or not, this YouTube takes up so much time. A lot of the time I'm in the room actually editing. But I have met a few people. I want to say a big hi to Colin, who I met, who had a bar in Khon Kaen, which unfortunately all went tits up because of his other half. He's getting over that. But I just happened to bump into him in one of the hotels about 100 meters down the road. And he was very kind, bought me a couple of Cokes because, you know, I don't drink in the daytime. And I sat with him for a couple of hours. We had a great conversation. And I don't know if you're watching this, Colin. If you are, it was good to meet you, mate. And I do pass there each day. But I didn't see you there today. But next time I see you, I'll pop in again. Clive, McLaren F1, one of those two. Yeah, the South Korean victims, that's terrible. I don't want to start the stream off on a downer. We all know what happened. A lot of deaths and absolutely tragic. Crypto, Chris Card, how you doing? Woofy Nons, how many, let me put that out there, look. How many ladies you worked your way through them, Peter? Well, of course, I'm a married man, so I don't do things like that, as you know. Right. Super nice. Hi, Richard Woolley again. Donald Trump, how you doing? In the house again. Stephen Forex, 5 p.m. UK time. I don't know if it's a good time for everybody, 5 p.m., but, you know, let me try and look down so you don't get glared. The thing is, when can I do it? I can't. I'm here until I've decided to stay until the end of January now. So I don't know. I can't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's this or nothing, really. You know, the thing is, I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. And I know Trevor does one in the morning, and I know Nick Dean does one in the afternoon. Then his members go on. So I figured if I do it at midnight, everyone's finished, haven't they? And at least I can keep in touch with you guys rather than just not do them. Elamir, is it? Hi to you. How far behind the chat am I? So 11:40. Oh, different time zones. All right. Let's have a look. Martin McCormick, hi. Michael Mackin, how you doing? You might notice I'm speaking a bit quieter as well because I don't know if there's somebody in the room next to me with his headboard there, and you know, you can hear all sorts of things outside. It's so noisy, this hotel now. It's a great hotel. I've done a review on it. The rooms are great. It's great location. But what it is, they've just opened a kind of go-go bar right across the road. I'm on the front over Soy Bacau, and they've just opened a nightclub called, a go-go bar called Dynamite. And because it's new, all the girls stand out the front, about 20 of them, and all screaming at passing customers and stuff, which is great, you know. But when you're sort of in your room and you're trying to do stuff, it's a bit kind of off-putting. So I'm moving hotels on on Tuesday. I found a brilliant hotel on the other side of the third road, which isn't that far from here. It's quite easy to get to. That's I'm paying 540 baht a night for that. Huge room, really clean, balcony, bright, fantastic. I'll do a review on it, but I'm not going to tell you where it is now because I'm there for a month. I don't need nutters turning up at my door. Javier, how you doing? No name. Hi, Peter and Mongers. Less than a week for me until you're okay. So you're coming out as well. So I might bump into you as well. That's good. Yeah, Damon, I've put your you got a little mention there at the beginning there because you're out in 2 weeks' time. James Bond. Yeah, martini shaken, not stirred. Butterfly and kisses of Arizona, US. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Peter? So let me just talk to you about that lady. Do you know that lady who does the hairdressing? I was going to go and do an interview with her. She did get back to me, but she must have gone through a translation. She said to me, look, I don't speak any English and I can't do today. Can you come tomorrow? And I already had something arranged for tomorrow. Then I was translating back to how about on Friday? Oh, I can't do Friday and it was getting silly, you know. And in the end, I just thought, you know what? Lots of guys have interviewed. I'm going to have to give it a pass and maybe check it out in a week or two, see if she's free. But, you know. Okay. Telsa guy. Good evening to everyone. Simon Mays. Is it 5 p.m. or 6 p.m.? Well, it's definitely 5 p.m. UK time. That's for sure. Midnight Bangkok time. There he is. Andrew's Real World. Good evening, Peter. Hope you haven't raided 7-Eleven again for the stream. No, what Andrew's talking about is there's a 7-Eleven directly across from the hotel. Obviously, it's open all night. And what happens is you have a few beers, you get the munchies, and straight over there, big bags of Lay's crisps and all sorts. So this new hotel I'm moving into is kind of on, like I say, it's on the other side of the third row. So I'm hoping, you know, if I get the munchies, because I've got a motorbike. I rented the lady let me have it for 3,000 baht for the month now. I was paying 1,000 baht a week. So that's 100 baht a day. So with a motorbike, I can get around no problem. And at night, if I want to come over for a drink, just a grab taxi. But what Andrew's referring to there is, you know, 9 times out of 10, I go across the road and I eat these big bags of crisps and stuff. And in the morning, I look at the empty packet and I think, you mug, what did you eat them for? I have been going to the gym. I've been going to the Sun Fitness half an hour on the running machine. Quite good. But I did miss out a few days. Thailand fan, that's a cutie on the thumbnail. They always are. They always are. Keenock, how you doing? Stephen, we said hello to. Tonto, hi, how you doing? Green Army, enjoy watching the channel. Yeah, good for you. Thanks for that. Barry from EastEnders, good evening, sir, and all the mongers. Barang, is it? Hello, everyone in chat. Rumbo, hi Peter and follow Mongos. Corporate Mahan again. How you doing? Salute to you. Stephen, where is a good place in Bangkok to take my mother? I don't know if you're joking or if you're serious, but if you are with your mother, it depends. What does she like? I mean, Bangkok's got everything, hasn't it? You know, I mean, obviously she'll want to probably see 1 or 2 temples. I don't know, what do mums do in Bangkok? She won't want to. She'll probably, you know, where you know. Actually, seriously, you know where it'll be really nice, great idea. Take her on an evening river cruise for a dinner because, you know, she's old. She doesn't want to walk about in the heat too much, right? You can book it through some tour agency. You go down to the river and they have these boats. They're like floating restaurants and they're great. They're all lit up, all romantic. I know it's your mother, but you get the point, right? And you just cruise down the river and they come back again. You can have a nice meal on there. She'll enjoy that. She'll love that. And you can see Bangkok at night from both sides of the river. That's my suggestion, okay? Not a bad one. Rob, how you doing, mate? How's the old taxi going? You've been busy, even though I nearly got caught out here. Yeah, well, it's going to be the same time every week, so hopefully you can make it. Say hi to Dexter. Soy Cowboy, do you mean you're in Soy Cowboy, or you going to Soy Cowboy, or okay? Jeff Fried Rice, how's it going, Peter? Yeah, it's going very, very well. I'm going to talk about the last week, what's been happening the last week, because I'm getting kind of I'm starting to miss my family now, and I'm not going to turn this into kind of like a downer or so, but I just want to tell you what I've been going on mentally. And I've been going out a lot, partying, and I've got to the point now where I've got to stop. You know, I've got to get some normality going. I've got to go to the gym. I've got to start doing some regular stuff because it's just going to, you know, wear me out. I mean, like I said, I've got another. We're just starting November. I've got November, December, January to go yet. Charles Saunders, hello everyone. Butterflies and kiss again. Be well and be safe, everyone. Okay. Tony Johnson, is it? Hi, Pete. How's this mic? Can you hear me okay, guys? Because it's convenient for me because I've only got the one in and it's for the competitions later. And do you remember I had problems with the mics and everything, but nobody's sort of said they can't hear me yet. So hopefully it's okay. Dutch Frank, how you doing? Good to have you in. Yeah, we've got some competitions tonight. As long as nobody complains about the sound, as long as everybody, because I need to hear the competitions, the music and everything. But what I will tell you, I've done them already. The competition I'm doing tonight, I did them kind of like 6 months to a year ago. It'll be interesting to see if you can remember the answers, because I looked at it and I had to look it up. I couldn't remember. So I'm not going to sit in a hotel room preparing all these pictures, but I've been doing it for over a year. So I thought, you know what, start from the beginning again, see if they get it. So I've got 2 or 3 competitions and a manga minute as well, but it's one of the early manga minutes. Nino, how you doing? Dexter, hi. Who am I said hello to? Let's have a look. Steve P, nice video clarity. Yeah, do you know what? It's improving here, because when I was in December, what it is, I found out the best way to, if you want to have fast internet, the best way to do it is through your mobile phone. I'm with AIS. When I came through the airport, I got a really good package. It only lasts for a month, but I'm going up to Bangkok. I'm going to take the bus up to Bangkok because I want to make a video. You know, I've always took taxis down to Pattaya, but Andrew, who's a backpacker, he always takes the bus, and he was explaining to me, and it's about 140 baht. The bus station's over here. It's a nice air-conditioned blue bus. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I make a video of it? You know, I'll go up to Bangkok and then film getting to the bus station from here, buying the ticket, because it's all laid out very easy, getting on the bus, film the journey, and you know, and then when you come off in wherever you want to come off in Bangkok, I'm going to get off at Edgamar. The BTS is there, and I can go all the way to Bagno if I want, see my friend. So I'll do a video on that, and I know other people have done it, but I haven't done it. Mr. Superstar, how you doing? Anders Bergman, is it? Hi, Dutch. Stephen, should a recovering alcoholic go to Bangkok? It depends. It depends what will you've got, isn't it? I mean, can you go? Can you? People go to. You don't have to drink to go into a bar. And I mean, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm a very good example. I do drink beer and whiskey, but I just never drink it in the daytime. And I was with Colin the other day, and Colin, who I just met, he said, "Come on, have a beer, just a small one, just one." And he was like edging me. And I said, "Colin, you'll waste your money, mate. If you buy the beer and put it in front of me, you're wasting your money, you're throwing it away." And in the end, he's seen that I was serious. So in answer to your question, it's just about discipline. You know, there's alcohol everywhere in Thailand. I do mean everywhere. You know, 7-Elevens, mum and pop shops, every nightclub go, you get it. But you can go in and drink soda water. I know guys who do it. It's not much cheaper, but you can do. I'll move that. First one of the night. Okay, let's look. Where are we? John Hobson, I see weather is settling down. Yeah, somebody wrote to me and said you're supposed to be in Hua Hin. Let me just tell you about what's going on. Hang on, let me just say hi to my old mate Capo here. Was I out of order the other night, Capo? I never drink during the day either. Just chill by the pool and patio and read about. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Somebody said to him, I'm not going to name names, but somebody said to me, you know, I said, I am an alcoholic. He said, well, I can leave it, but I drink all day. And I'm like, you know, and this guy actually told me he woke up one day and he was yellow. He had yellow jaundice. And I thought, once you went yellow, that was it. You're basically, your liver's gone and you're going to die. That's what I thought. But he said, I woke up and I was completely yellow. My eyeballs were yellow. My face was yellow. And I went to the doctor and he gave me some kind of vitamin tablets and told me I need to lay off the drink. And he was okay again. But, you know, it's frightening, isn't it? But Capio, yeah, I was totally pissed in your stream the other day, I'll be honest with you. And you know, when I get drunk on your stream, you know what my favorite subject is, don't you? And you wind me up because you talk about it as well. But I do enjoy the streams and good to see you in my stream. Thank you for that. Right, I just want to answer this other one that I was talking to. I hope I missed it now. Somebody said about Hua Hin. Where are we? Let me find it. Yeah, let me just say, I will talk about that. Let me just say hi to, how do I say that? Is it Frangie? Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you in Billabong the other night. Yeah, I do remember you. I was sitting here and you were to the left, wasn't it? It's great, isn't it, when you bump into people? Luckily, nobody sort of abused me. One guy abused me, but that's another story. But yeah, it was good to meet you. It's always good to meet everybody, and I do remember who I meet. And if you're one of those guys and you watch and you think, why didn't Peter meet me? Keep saying he'll meet me, and he doesn't. I'm not avoiding him on purpose. It's just I'm so sort of busy with this and trying to sort out my accommodation. You know, I'm doing my retirement visa now, so I don't have my passport. It's round at Lorna's office. I'll get that back in 2 weeks, hopefully, and then when I move out, I'll get my work permit. But that'll keep me going for now. Hi to Black Bolt, how you doing? Right, let me answer this guy's question about, I bet I can't find it now, but I will answer it anyway. Yeah, somebody was saying about Hua Hin. Right, well, the reason I didn't go to Hua Hin is because they've had a lot of water down there, a lot of weather, and like that comment said, it is starting to settle down now. When I got down here, I told you last week, the first day it rained and it was dry for about 5 days. And then we had 2 bad days where it rained around 5 o'clock. Was it about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? I'd been out in the daytime, done all my bits, put my laundry in, been for lunch, got all my bits and pieces, got back to the room, and the skies just opened up, you know, and it went on for the rest of the night. And I was thinking, well, thank God I got out and I did all my stuff. We had 2 days of that, but the last sort of 3 days it's been dry. But in answer to what you're saying, the reason I haven't been to Hua Hin is because, like Andrew, he was going to go way down south, and it was just wet. Phuket's underwater. You know, Hua Hin had a lot of rain. It's getting better now. So what I've decided to do, because I should have been out of here now, this is, you know, I was going to come down here for a week, and this is my 3rd week, and I've just booked a hotel on the other side of the 3rd road because I got such a good deal on it. I paid 15,300 for 28 days, so that works out about 540 baht a night. And the reason I'm staying down here is because it's just so cheap. You know, you can get a bottle of beer in Time Bar over in OK Metro, 50 baht until midnight. You don't get 50 baht beers in bars in Bangkok. Billabong, you buy Leo, you buy one. It's 120 baht, but you get one free, so it works out 60 baht. The food down here is incredibly cheap. You know, there's an incredible selection. I like that word, incredible. You know, so I thought to myself, well, I'm not going back to January. I know what my plan was, get up to Bangkok, go out and do some filming. And I still haven't found my legs as far as what I need to. I haven't found out what I really want to do as a YouTuber filming wise. I'm still thinking about it. I've done a few bike rides and stuff. But I'm still finding my feet there. So, I mean, don't judge on what I've already done. I'm just kind of thinking, you know, it's Pattaya. There's only so much you can do because everybody's done it, right? So I need to go to Hua Hin. I need to go to Chatham. I need to go to these places and show you what's down there. But yeah, it's just, you know, I was talking to a friend and he said, why are you coming to Bangkok? You know, I mean, you're going to be paying 1,000 baht a night in a hotel at least. You know, each meal you have is like 300-400 baht. I know you can go to Terminal 21 and there's food courts, but you have to make the effort. You know, here it's just so cheap, you know, and the beers are cheap, the food is cheap. You can pay 300-400 baht for a steak here like anywhere else, but it's not hard work. I mean, I went up to Tree Town, okay, and I ordered, it was like chicken and chili stir-fried chicken dish, and it came with the rice. It was £2.80. It wasn't even £2 because the rate now, let me just put the rates up while I'm going on a bit. I mean, look at that. Look, we're getting 44.0. Yesterday it was 44.03. When I got here, it was 38. So I've decided to stay down here for a month. I want to get away. I'm in the heart of Soi Buakhao. Okay, when I look out my window, I can see 20 girls outside a go-go bar. There's people passing. It's just so lively. But I need to. I like Pattaya, but I want to get away from this environment. I need to settle into something a bit more normal. This hotel's out the way. It's quiet. I can't hear any nightlife. I've got a motorbike to come over in the day. So I'm going to stay here for another month simply because it's cheap, and I've got to pick up my passport in 2 weeks. And I'm in the process as well. I want to get my Thai driving license. Lana can do all that for you. I think 3,500 to exchange your international license into a motorbike license, 4,500 for the car. Okay, now I'm way behind the comments. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip right to the latest ones and work back. Mazza, how you doing? Let's have a look. Capio, let's put that up there again. I much prefer Hua Hin to Pattaya. Only problem with Hua Hin is all the dogs and monkeys. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the monkeys. I got mugged by the monkeys on Monkey Island. I came out with some peanuts. First time I went there, and they just jumped me, and the peanuts went everywhere. So I thought, right, I'll be clever now. I'll buy another one, but I'll hold it up my head against high so they can't get it. Of course, what they did, they ran up me, didn't they? And I just have them. You've mugged me. Yeah, Hua Hin is great. The street dogs can be a pain in the arse. I mean, I haven't been attacked, but I've had them go for me. Luckily, I got away on the motorbike. But it's a good place, Hua Hin. I mean, it suits me because this is great for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but it's starting to get on my nerves actually living in the middle of it now. You know, it's great to go down to LK Metro and have a few beers, but, you know, it's also nice to break away and be in a quiet area. And here, I feel like I'm living in a go-go bar. It's right outside, you know. I was bitten by a monkey in Hua Hin, cost me 400. Yeah, I think another bar she works in. Right, let me just say thank you for this super chat. Got to take a shirt. Have a few beers on me. Yeah, thank you. Got to take a shirt. Quite an unusual name there, but thank you for the super chat. There's Paul Hoskins. What's he saying? Some videos on Chiang Mai would be nice. Yeah. Do you know what? I've made up my mind. I'm not going to go up to Chiang Mai while I'm here on a trip like now. What I'm going to do is wait till I move out here because, as far as I know, my house is still going through. and I'm expecting that to be gone through by January or February. And if it does, that's me. I'm out here then, and then I'm free as a bird. I can go anywhere. Ben, are you going to be in Pattaya for the firework festival? I don't even know when it is, Ben. That's bad, isn't it? I should know when it is, but let me know, and well, I'm here for 28 days more at least, so hopefully, yeah, if it's down there. Shinrana, how you doing? Hey, Peter, yeah, hi. Did I see Brian? You were in there somewhere. I've missed your comment, but I did see you. Hi to you, Brian. Hope you're doing well. To the Paradise City on a night train. Okay, and someone else. Hey, Franco, how you doing? Franco De Rosa says, that mean you will read mine if you're going to the front of chat? Yes, and there it is, handsome man. There you are, out there. How you doing? Are you still in Europe and you're sleeping in your truck, or are you back in Blighty? Yeah, Franco, I would say hi to, as always, Damon and Franco. They do the moderating. And actually, Capio's let me just have a look. Yeah, Capio moderates as well if he wants to. It's available to him. Joe, I would like to see the nightlife in Jomtien if you have time to get down there. Well, I'll tell you what I've done. It's funny you should say that. I've actually done a video in 4K, my first true 4K video with the GoPro. And I'm still learning the setup of the GoPro. And unfortunately, I had it set at 4K, 50 frames. Is it a second or a minute? I don't know. I'm not a photographer, but it was set at 50 frames. And it was slightly dark, not so bad where you can't see it or it looks like nighttime. It's a good video. It's 4K, but it's just ever so slightly dark. So of course I came back and looked it up on YouTube, and they basically said, you need to set it to 24 frames rather than 50, and that lets the light come in a lot more. So, but in answer to what you're saying, the problem is with filming nightlife is, if there's music coming out and stuff like that, it's all copyright. But when you walk around, I watched that video by Everything Patty the other day when he was in LK Metro, and he does it very stealth, and he's very good at it. And he's filming the nightlife, but he's been doing it for a long time, so he knows how to kind of get away with it. Whereas me, I'm a bit more like a bull in a china shop. But the problem is when you film at nighttime, the girls don't like it. The guys on the doors don't like it. The customers don't like it. I'm going to release a video. I had a guy have a real go at me in the lobby of this hotel. He was a total prat because the girls. I'll explain this on the video for this this hotel that I did. I explained it that the girls in reception stuck up for me because the guy was stood over here. I'll tell you what. Watch the video. It's coming out when I move on Tuesday. I'm going to release it. But basically, there was a guy in reception, and he was like, "I don't want to be on camera." And I was like, "Well, who wants to put you on camera? You look like the most boring person in the world." But he was over there, and I was pointing the camera over there. And I went to the girls and said, "Look, girls, I'm going to film the lobby because I'm doing a review of your hotel. Only nice things. I don't say bad things." And I says, as I sweep around the front desk, I'm going to put the camera down. And they were like, "Yeah, good stuff." And he heard me say all this, and he stayed there. So when I came in, I was aware that he was there, and I pointed the camera that way. And he started swinging his arms and shouting, "I don't want to be on camera. I know you. You're a vlogger. You've got a camera with you." And I'm like, everyone's got a camera with them now. They're on the phones, And he's like, "Well, I don't want to be on camera." And in the end, the girls in reception said, "Listen, he's in a public area. He's told us he's going to film. He didn't point the camera at us, and he certainly didn't point the camera at you." With that, of course, because they took my side, he went off in a huff. But anyway, what can you do? What was the question again, Joe? We do nightlife, right? Let me just I'll say thank you to that super chat, and I'm going to talk about Jomtien. Let me just put this up, and I don't want to forget about Jomtien. It's right down here, right? Michael Francis, how did you get the hotel deal app or just walk it? I'll tell you in a minute, Michael. Right, so the thing, what I've done with Jomtien, it's another kind of bike ride, but I've settled down now. It's not like really fast and sped up and all the rest of it. So what I've done, a lot of people, obviously, they know Jomtien, but I've done a video where I start off on Walking Street at the end. And I've said, look, if you're coming here for the first time and you're thinking of retiring and you want something a little bit different to this, this nightlife, something a bit more quieter, but it's still got a few bars, few restaurants, a nice path to walk in the day, up the beachfront. What I've done, I've started the upload at Walking Street, and I've pointed to the traffic lights and I've said, go there, turn right, take the bus. Then I've gone over to Jomtien and I've started. So what I've done, I've gone on the motorbike, but I've taken it slower, and I've done a talk over the video, so it's not boring. And I've gone up the first sort of 4 or 5 soys, so you can see the massage parlors in the day, what bars they have, various condos, hotels, prices, stuff like that. And then after the first 5 soys, where you see just about everything, I do a nice ride along the seafront, but I go right to the very end where that seafood restaurant is at the end. and then I look for an airstrip that I used to know up there, which I didn't find, and then I come back. So it's about 20 minutes. It's quite a nice, interesting video, so you should enjoy that. Michael, so you said, how did you get the hotel deal? Apple just walk in? Well, what I normally do is I look on sites like Agoda, Booking.com, but I've gone off Agoda a little bit. I'll tell you why, because what they used to do, if when you were looking for hotels, it would say something like, okay, this hotel over there, at the moment it's 700 baht a night, check out the deals, and you click on it, and then you have the room options, and you calculate, I think, well, I want 7 nights, 700 baht a night, or 600 baht a night. That's a good deal, I'll do it. But what Agoda have done lately is when you get to the checkout point, it's actually more. Like one I was looking at, the total should have been 3,200, but when I went to checkout, it was 4,100. I thought, that's weird. Then they've started adding like 10% service charge and 7% tax and all this. So what you see is not what you get. And that really kind of put me off a lot. So I went on to bookings.com, and what you see is what you get. And I went on to bookings.com and I just put, hotel around sort of central Pattaya. And this hotel that I will do the review on, it's just on the other side of the third road, which is great. So you come down the lane, you cross over the third road, and then there's a lane that brings you up by Wetherspoons, right? So it's really easy to get to. Really quiet hotel, beautiful room, really absolutely gorgeous room. It's a little bit quiet, the hotel. And so what I did, I went over there, I looked on Agoda, I walked in, and they gave me a rate which worked out about 600 baht a night. And I said to the lady, I said, look, to be honest with you, I'm going to come for a month. I can get a better rate on booking.com or something like that. And she said, yeah, book it on, because I'm only allowed to give you this, book it on bookings.com. And when I'd looked earlier, it was coming up at 470. And then when I booked it with everything, it came up at 540 a night. So you'll definitely get it cheaper on a booking site, because they allocate rooms for these booking sites, and they allocate them cheaper so they don't have empty rooms. And then once they're gone, they're gone. But I got it for 540. But then when I looked in the afternoon, it was coming up at 600. So the prices are like that. I got really itchy here tonight. The prices are coming up like that. But I'm really happy with the deal, because around here, because I'm going for a month, I thought, right, well, I'll find a hotel on Soi Buakhao that's really cheap. And I found one that was 6,700 baht for a month, right? I found another one that was like 7,000, another one that was 8,000. A lot of them, they said, were fully booked, right? For those people who say Pattaya's dead, the tourists aren't coming back, try booking a hotel. Come here and walk around the hotel and say, I want to stay for a month. 9 out of 10 they were fully booked. So, but the problem with these hotels, I spend a lot of time in the room editing and all that sort of thing. And I can't, a lot of the guys around here, because they're out all day in bars and they're out mongering at night, the room, they come back, they have a crap, a shower, go to sleep. That's all they want, right? But for me, a hotel room has to be bright and fairly nice. It doesn't have to be 5-star, but I need a lot of light. So when I'm in here, I don't want it to be dark and typical Thai style with dark wood. You know what I mean? And a lot of these hotels that were vacant around here, there was 6,000-7,000. There was one above the Wetherspoons that was 6,900. She said, I've only got one room. I said, I'll have a look. She gave me the key. I went up there. And I'm not being derogatory against that room. It might suit a lot of people. Well, it must do, because it was full. But I just come down and said, look, thank you for letting me look at the room, but it's not for me. It just wasn't for me, because it was dark, and it just wasn't an environment I could work in, So, all right, let's move away from the hotels. And I'm going to start on the later comments, because otherwise I'll be reading out comments from 40 minutes ago. And if I've missed yours and you want to ask questions, just hit it again. This is a problem when you talk too much like I do. You miss them all. Poodle Master, important to have a nice floor and a toilet. Yeah, absolutely. It has to, for me, has to be clean, has to be secure, has to be a fairly decent location. But for me, if having a motorbike makes all the difference, because you've just got that flexibility then. She had a hairy muff. I do like the hairy stuff. There's someone knocking on your door saying, be quiet. Not here. Not here. You want to hear the bloody noise? You can't believe the noise. You can't hear it here, but the noise that's coming through from there is unbelievable. Carlos, Carlos Herrera, is it? You still in Pattaya? Yeah, I'm here for another month. Right, Jason Oliver, hi. Carl D. Capital 17 Chang Chang. Corporate, Mahan again, sexy money. Ben, maybe on Carlson Road. Black Bolt, some guys are just dicks, Peter, be cautious. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've only had one guy, if this is what you're talking about, I've only had one guy he kind of had a dig at me. I told you last week, but it was in a stealthy way. He didn't man up and come up to me and say, Pete, you're an arsehole, and I don't like your channel. What he did, he said, oh yeah, I've been watching you since the early days, and you shouldn't wear a vest when you do your streams. It looks awful, and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. In the end, I felt, I said, mate, but I didn't. You know, you got to be polite. Right. Another Capio in now. Capio 17. How you doing? Paul scratches it. Cheers to whoever gifted me a membership. Well, I believe that was Capio, Paul. So if you want to say thanks to Capio, because he bought about 20 memberships, which I tried to sort of repay the. I was on his stream the other night, absolutely pissed. I shouldn't go on streams pissed because I start getting abusive. But I wasn't abusive. I was just, well, I was and I wasn't. Not to him, to somebody I don't like. And but because Capio bought 20 membership, I thought I've got to give the guy something back. So I super chatted him a fiver, and I thought, a fiver, you for real, Peter? So then I super chatted him £15, and I thought, you know, still not there, are you? So then I super chatted him, I think 20 quid or something like that. So you know, it's just tit for tat, isn't it? Right, Ben. Those guys who don't want to be on camera are so hypocritical. Do you think they would complain if it was a woman filming or any non-white foreigner? Well, the thing is, Paul, I'm not really, you know, if somebody doesn't, for me, just my personal opinion, if somebody doesn't want to be on camera, that's fine. And I'm not the sort of person who sticks a camera in somebody's face. Now, there is, he's getting to be quite famous out there, a YouTuber who doesn't give a shit. He'll put a camera in someone's face, and if they challenge him, he'll tell them to F off. He really will. And I watch them, and they're kind of, for me, they're cringe. I'm old school. They're cringeworthy to me. I just wouldn't do it. You know, and when I make videos, I'll tell the girls in reception, don't worry, I'm not filming you. I'll sweep down or I'll sweep up, and I make them feel very comfortable, right? So I do understand. I mean, you got to remember, there are guys who come here. Let me be very tactful on this. There's guys who might tell their wives they're coming on a golfing holiday to Thailand, which is true, and they do play golf, but perhaps they're not quite giving them all the information about what they get up to in Soy Bacau, if that makes sense. Okay, so I can understand some people not want to be on camera, but I think this old guy, arsehole he was, I think he just wanted a row because, like I say, he overheard me say, I'm going to start filming, right? So if you don't want to be on camera, piss off. I've just said I'm going to film, right? And, you know, the camera was over there and he's over there, but I seen him the next day and I felt like, let's not go there. Right, James, thanks. Yours, I've got a few messages from yours travels. Steve, how you doing? Oh, there you are. You're saying evening to Matthew. Martin Blessing, that sounds a good deal. Yours better than, okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, I forgot about the clocks go back. I wish you'd scrap that in the UK. Do we still need it? I mean, if you're not from the UK, the whole thing, we put the 31st of, the end of October, the clocks go back an hour. And I think it's the end of March, they go forward now. And the idea of that, they called it summertime's day saving. It was so that when the school children went to school in the morning, they'd have a bit of daylight rather than go out in the dark and all that. And it made sense in the 70s when, you know, the streets were pitch black. But nowadays, I don't think you need it so much. Right. For me, Thailand is fun for what it is. Try working there and its magic fades away. Well, I would just say, just a adjustment there. I would say I wouldn't disagree with you, but I would give a different perspective on that because what I would say is when you come here and party and you're just mongering whatever you're doing and you try to do it for a long term, yeah, you're right. The magic does disappear. But the way to be successful if you're staying out here for a long time is one, have good air conditioning. Come on. There you go, it's kicked in. Can you hear it? No, the way to be successful out here, if you're living out here, and don't forget, I lived out here for a lot of years, guys, so I know what I'm talking about. The way to be successful out here is just forget the mongering thing, forget the holiday mode, forget not forget it all completely, but, you know, when you come out here, you enjoy what's out here. The food is great, the infrastructure is great, the people are nice. You enjoy all the good bits, and maybe you go out once or twice a week, and maybe you do little bit of mongering. You got your favorite bars and stuff. You know, you go to the gym, you take up a hobby, whatever you do. But that's the way to be successful out here is just not be on a permanent holiday. And like I've said so many times in the past, you can't come out here and do nothing. If you're one of those guys who's got a great amount of money, you're on several pensions. And you think, well, I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to live in Thailand. You'll end up in a bar, really, becoming an alcoholic. Okay, boohoo. Hi, yours. What about hi, Peter? It's my right. Capio 17. That guy in reception will run home and tell his family he's on YouTube. Yeah, no doubt. You want to see him? He's he wasn't first in the queue in the looks department. I'll tell you that. Okay, Capio again. They should put the time zone back to how it was for World War One. Same as central unit time, pitch black, too early now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was different way back then. I just think they should scrap it now. You know, I mean, it's in this digital day and age that we live in. I don't think it's. Can you hear all that out there? So loud. I wish. Do you know what? I wish I could pick the camera up and just go on the balcony, but it took me ages to set it up all nicely. And you know, I don't want to mess it up because the picture seems to be okay at the moment. The sound. Nobody said anything about the sound off this. So I don't want to. I let sleeping dogs lie. But if I could pick the camera up and go out there, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I went to anybody who knows this area. I went to Kink again last night with Andrew Hammond. Jesus Christ! I need more. My glasses. I need little window wipers on them. Have you been to Kink? What a place that is. Okay, John Milan, is it? Peter, where are you? Right, where are you going after Pattaya? Well, I will go to Bangkok for about a week and then I'll decide. But I think what the plan is for now, I'm going to stay here for the month just because it's cheap. That's the only reason, and it is good down here, right? And then I'm going to go to Bangkok for a week, and then I'll probably, if the weather settles right down, I'll probably go to Hua Hin for about 5 days because I'd like to film everything. That's where it all started for me with this YouTube channel 3 years ago. Was on a beach in Hua Hin. It sounds a bit kind of like what it was, and you know, so but it was very brief. I was inexperienced. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I want to do. I'll give you an example. On Soi 94, there's a big swimming pool. It's called the I forget what it's called, but it's a huge swimming pool, and anybody can go there, pay 50 baht, and you can stay there all day. Well, they've got lounges, umbrellas, they've got a bar, they do sandwiches, fried rice, the whole thing. It's a real nice place to spend an afternoon because a lot of people who stay in budget hotels, the pool's crappy, or even if it's not bad, you go up there and there's nobody there. Who wants to sit at a pool when there's nobody there? But this it's kind of like a public place. I mean, you don't get sort of kind of like everyday Thais there. You get the Thais there who are kind of married to foreigners and got mixed race kids, stuff like that, taking them to swim. It gets a little bit busy around 4 o'clock as the heat goes a little bit. But in the day, there's, you know, a few people there, but you can sit there and have a coffee and a sandwich and stuff. Well, when I was in Hua Hin the first time, I showed everybody that, but my friend Simon, when he looked at the video, said, nobody's going to find it. The way you've done the video, nobody will know where it is. So what I'm going to do, that's an example, something like that. I'm going to do it properly and say, right, I'm on Sukhumvit Road. Here's this. Here's Big C. Go here. Here's a railway line. Turn left. Here's the blue building. Turn. You know what I mean? Because when you're there, there's lots of things you can do like that for 50 baht all day. Okay, have we got geezers in the tonight? I didn't see him, but hi if he is there. Clive, who's on what geezers? I'm on oldie. Oh, you're talking about the alcohol. I'm on the Kronenberg knockoff 1897. Yeah, saving the San Miguel for the Mexico. Yeah, that's on at 8 p.m., isn't it? Because you're a big fan of the. Somebody else told me that. Steve told me that. Yours. He said your timing's perfect tonight, Peter, because we've got the racing on at 8 o'clock, so that's good. Yeah, and that's San Miguel. That's a Filipino beer, isn't it? It's quite smooth. Carlos, I'm coming to Pattaya on Wednesday. Okay, that's good. I'll be here for about a month. Hopefully we'll bump into each other. Don't forget, I don't know what you look like, right? So if I pass you in the street and I don't say hello, I just don't know what you look like. You know what I look like. Jordan Evans, how are people affording trips to Thailand? Plane tickets from America are 2,000 to 2,500 tickets. Well, I think the trick is that's now because it's high season. If you try and book a ticket now, Jordan, you're not going to get a cheap ticket. But a lot of people are coming out now. But like for myself, I purchased my ticket in July. Okay, so you buy a ticket in July for October, even though it's a busy season, you're going to get it cheaper because they want to fill up the aircraft. But all the, God, blimey. All the aircraft are. I had a shower, so I don't think I dried it properly. So all the aircraft now are sort of pretty full, and you're going to pay through the nose. It won't settle down now till the end of high season, which is probably February, middle of February. Okay, Carl D. Kink is mega. Yeah, do you know what? We went in last night, Saturday night, last night, me and Andrew. We couldn't get a seat. And then they seated us in such a place where, like, the stage was over there and we were kind of here. We couldn't see nothing except the post. And I said to Andrew, I said, I'm not staying here. So I stood up and went, there. Oh, we've done that one. James. Spoke to a girl in Bangkok today, 3,500 baht, 2 hours or 6,000 for all night. We're lucky she said for all night because normally they don't want to play Connect 4 all night. They want to go home to the Thai boyfriends, don't they? But yeah, I mean, from what I gather, what people are telling me now, when I was in Bangkok recently, you're freelancers. You want to have a game of Connect Four with her. She's going to charge you 2,000, no negotiations. Nana Plaza beer bars, you're looking at anywhere from 700 to 1,000 baht bar fine, and 3,000 to 4,000 times for a few games of Connect Four, and that's it. And that's why I say, if you've got deep pockets, stay in Bangkok. If not, come down here. There's a lot better deals here. You can have a nice game of Connect Four here for about 1,500 baht, and yeah. David Salisbury, yes, we can hear you, Peter. That's great. That's good. That's good. Surprising, really, because I think it's about £4 off eBay. I use it when I'm out with Benji listening to music and stuff, but it seems to be the best option on here, and I'm really happy with the quality of the picture. It looks like I'm in a short time room here, doesn't it? But I've got nobody to share this short time room with. I suppose I could go down there. There's 20 screaming girls outside, but I'm still married, so I don't want to upset the apple cart. Right, Mazza, Matthew, okay. Right, Charlie Stewart, right, 3,500 is good. Try Amsterdam, 120. Yeah, I mean, that's what people don't realize. I remember years ago, it wasn't so many years ago, but just before COVID, there was a guy who met this beautiful, beautiful Chinese girl. She's Thai, but Chinese, and she was like perfect, like a model. And he wanted to take her back to the hotel and have a few games of Connect Four with her, And he went up and spoke to her. And at the time, the going rate was about 1,000 baht. And he came to me and he said, it was at the Hyatt Regency, actually. And I said, how did you get on? He said, she wants 5,000 baht, 5,000 baht. And I said to him, £120 to play Connect Four with a girl that is so beautiful, she wouldn't piss on you in the UK. What are you complaining about? It's unbelievable. Right. Dutch Frank, Peter, what did you do in Kink? Well, the problem is in Kink, I had to take my glasses off and de-steam them because they kept steaming up, and it's like, no, those girls in there, they're troopers, the girls in Kink, they're real troopers, right, RP1. I'll tell you another good goggle bar on there. I mean, it's a little bit, it's quite tame compared to King, but it's called Lady Love, and it's quite a relaxing place. You can go in there and have a nice glass of cold draft beer, 59 baht. You don't get hassled, nice sofas, just a nice place to, have some air conditioning. When you're in Billabong bar for an hour or so, it gets hot. Or Scooters, went into Scooters last night. Scooters is pretty good. They got two here, but the one I went into was just around the corner from Billabong. But they play really good music from the sort of 80s and stuff, and that's what I liked about it. Non-Mui Inspector, I've seen you in a stream earlier. Whose stream did I see you in? I think it was Nick Dean's. Yeah, you were in there. They get a good crowd in there, don't they? Over 500. I paid €50 back in 2005. Okay. Matthew Cartwright, how you doing? Mazza, nice, yeah. Tell you what, should we do a competition? I hope this works out all right. Right, let's do a competition. What should we do? Right, I've got 3 tonight. I'll see how it goes. I might do all 3. I might just do the one. Right, so this competition is one I did about a year ago, and it's a bunch of pictures with girls, Asian girls who work in Hooters bars, and one of the pictures is they're Thai, and the rest are like from China and Japan and all the rest of it. And the idea of I don't know why the screen's flickering there, but there you go. The idea of the game is you just tell me which number picture you think is the Thai girls, okay? And then I'll read back the answers and we'll see who gets it right. So have a go at this, guys. Caught me out there. Now remember, this is no competitions. Let's see who's got it right. Right, Thailand Found, no. Richard Woolley, no. Steve P, no. Barry from EastEnders, no. Matthew Cartwright, no. Remember, we're looking for the Thai girls, okay? Ray Stewart, no. Leeds, no. Where are we? Charlie Stewart, right, no. Capio 17, no. Yours Travels, no. Oh my goodness, not many right answers tonight. Boohoo, no. Brian Street, well done. So we'll get all the right answers in now, Brian, because everyone knows who it is now. Stuart Lennox, well, it's not that. We don't want to know what the Chinese one is. It's the Thais. Franco, no. Martin McCormick, no. Clive again, McLaren, no. Ricardo, no. Richard Songa, no. Is it Demetrio? No. Mara, yes. Well done to you. Mike Jones, no. Charles Sanders, yes. Damon, no. Remember this? No, Damon, you've had the answer to this already. Andrew's Real World, no. Far Canal, I'll give you a plug later, Andrew. Barang, yes, you got it right. Well done to you. David Salisbury, yes. Well done to you. Tony Watson, no. George Van Ulfag, no. Anders, apologies, I know I said that wrong. I had a go though. Alphabet Jim, is it Alphabet Jim or Alpharetta Jim? No. Sin Ung, no. Rumbo, no. Yong, Nomio Inspector, no. RP1, yeah, you got it right. Well done to you. Simon Mays, no. Paul Scratch, no. Stuart Lennox, no. Capio, no. Who else we got? Dutch Frank, yes. Well done to you. Keno, I'm going to just start reading out the right answers as I go on too long, guys. Right. So I'm going to read out the right answers only. Right. So if you don't hear your name, you got it wrong. Okay. So Mr. Superstar, yes, you got it. Well done to you. Butterfly and Kisses, well done to you. You got it right. Yost Travels, yeah. We get all the right answers at the end, don't we? I wonder what that is. Where are we now? Yeah, I did say yes, yours. Yeah, look, you put it 3 times there. Elimir, yeah, you got it. Let's do a few more, then we'll put the answers up. Shaggy Rogers, great name. Yeah, you got it. Telsa Guy, yeah, you got it. Nino, yeah, well done. All the right answers coming in now. Tony Watson, Matt Larkin, let's get through these real quick and we'll get back into the stream. Yours Travel says, haha, it's written on the girl's shirts. Okay, I didn't see that. Neither did anybody else. So you should have been a detective. Clive, yeah, you're getting it now. Right, Stan, who else we got? I think we're there now. I think we're there. Just a couple more. Right, that's it. Let's put the answers up there. Here we go. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. Good to have a few competitions back. And we've got the return tonight, guys. We've got the return of Spot the Ladyboy, but it is an old one, so we'll see if we get it. And let's, while we're at it, let's up a gear, as it were. Let's do the Monga Minute. You know, when I was back in the UK, I kept saying, when I live in Thailand, when I go out to Thailand, there'll be no Monga Minutes, there'll be no Spot the Ladyboy, there'll be none of this stuff. But, you know, hey, why not? I can do it, right? I'll continue the stories, I'll continue all that stuff, and I'll just... who the hell is calling me? Talk about bad timing, hang on. Oh, let me just turn this off, guys. I'm certainly not going to answer it. I'm going to have to turn this off, hang on. I can't turn it off because I'll lose my internet connection, then I'll lose the stream. Right, that's thrown me off, that has. Yeah, so I think I'll keep doing the competitions. Like for now, while I'm out here now, I'm gonna run with some of the original ones because I'm still kind of finding my feet. But once I live out here, I'll start doing new ones again. Okay, unless I get complaints. Right, Mr. Tom, that's an interesting question. Peter, I've got this channel here. I'd like to do some YouTube and I don't know where to start. Any tips? Well, the first tip I'd say to you, Tom, if you're doing it for money, if your primal goal is to earn money, don't even start it, because that's, you know, I know a lot of guys who have started YouTube channels because they think they can come out here and live off the money, and that doesn't work. So what I'd say to you is pick a subject that you will enjoy doing it and treat it as a hobby. And if you've got a passion for it, it will grow naturally. And if people like what you do, then they'll sign up to you. And eventually, after 1 year, 2 years, I didn't make a penny for a year. Okay, I was putting in 30 hours a week. Eventually, if you make decent videos and people take to you, your channel will grow. You'll build your own community, and the money will follow. It's not huge amounts. You're not gonna go out and buy a sports car tomorrow, but it will help you. If you come out here, it'll help you survive. It'll pay for a decent holiday twice a year. I don't know. And while we're on this subject, I do want to give Andrew Hammond a little plug. He makes some really good videos now. Andrew's got a channel called Andrew's Real World. I think he's got 106 subscribers now. You know, as Gandhi said, every 1,000-mile journey has to start with the first footstep. Love that saying. But you know, Andy's a backpacker. He's not a guy you're going to see hanging. He does hang around Soy Metro, but he doesn't make videos about it. I mean, the other day he went off on a 10-hour bus trip to some place in the middle of the jungle where the owner of the bungalow he was paying £7 a night for said, make sure you wear long trousers and keep elastic bands around the bottom so the snakes can't go up. And he does a lot of walking around these quiet soys and stuff like that. So I hope his channel will grow, and I'd like to help him, like I helped Bangkok Pat in the early days. When I met Bangkok Pat, he only had a couple of thousand subscribers, and I promoted the hell out of him because I thought his videos were fantastic. And he's way up there now, and he's doing stuff with Nick Dean and Martin, and yeah, he'll probably overtake me one day, and good luck to him. Right, Ivan, that's what I'm doing a hobby for now. I am an aspiring videographer. Yeah, and of course, if you're younger and you're very good at graphics and you know your cameras and stuff like that, that takes a big chunk of the work out of it. Because don't forget, at my age, I had to learn how to do thumbnails and graphics, and I don't use, you know, wizard programs. I do it with a you know, quite complicated software. You have to find your video edit. I keep looking up there because there's a plastic bag there because there's a mirror there, and it's so annoying. It drags my eyes there. But you know, look, we'll get off this subject of a YouTube channel because that's not what we're here for. But basically, in answer to yourself, what you were asking me there, do it because you love it, and don't listen to what people tell you, because people will give you all sorts of opinions. Just do what you think's right. If it's crap, nobody will watch it. If it's good, people will watch it. Right. How do I pronounce that? Shafiqul Alam Sunny. Okay. Hi, Peter. How's it going? I'm waiting for my visa for Thailand, visiting Koh Samui. How is it there nowadays? Do you know what? I've only been to Koh Samui once, and that was in 1996, and there was nothing there. It'll be fine. You know, it's a holiday destination. You can't go anywhere in Thailand, and it's not going to be fun. But you want to try and spend some time in some other locations as well. And I hope I pronounced your name right. And guys, if you're in and you're leaving lots of comments, apologies if I miss them. As I said, it's really hard for me to pick them all up. I'm reading what I can. Sheila, how are you doing? Nice to have you in stream. Oh, I thought I was early, but far from. Haha, hope you're doing well, Peter. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about you the other day, Sheila, because I hadn't heard from you, and I sent you that video when I was like playing up out. It was last night, wasn't it? And quite a few people have said to me out here, I really enjoyed that video you done with Sheila. It was very interesting, you know. And I said, well, she's coming out in December. So, yeah, the new kind of time slot for me at the moment, because the clocks have gone back, it's going to be 5 p.m. every Sunday, because right now in Thailand, I'm sitting here with a beer. It's 10 to 1 in the morning, but it's fine. You know, this is great for me. And as long as I've got a few less than I normally have. I guess people are still doing stuff, not in the garden, it's winter, but yeah, but good to have you. I'd like to do another interview. I'd like to do not an interview. I'd like to do another stream with you at some point. Maybe we can do one when you come out here, Sheila. You know, maybe your girlfriend Mint. I don't know if she'd want to go on quick camera. Probably not. But maybe when you come out in December and I meet you out here, we can do a stream together or a video together. So that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Carlos, thank you for that super chat. M8, thanks for all the entertainment and info. Yeah, well, thank you, Carlos. That's great. That'll be that'll be used in LK Metro tomorrow night, because I haven't gone out tomorrow. I'll do a cheers. Okay, look, more people saying hello to you now, Sheila, than they are me. I've still got your picture on my phone, by the way. I don't know why I didn't delete it, but that's fine. That's fine. Right. Sounds like I'm chatting you up now, didn't I? I'm like twice your age. Ivan says hello, Sheila. Right. Clive, Leroy 420. I used to smoke literally before work, at work, laugh out loud, makes the day go quick. Yeah. Do you know what I'm finding? I told Andrew this today. I used to smoke 2 packs of cigarette a day. I started smoking when I was 15, not 2 packs a day, but I started smoking when I was 15. I gave up about 10 years ago. I went on the vape for a couple of years, and I'm absolutely fine. I never, ever have the urge. But you know what a strong addictive drug nicotine is? Once you get a little bit into your system, you start getting those urges again, right? And what I found, and I haven't had this for a lot of years, when you go to some of the go-go bars and closed-in bars around here, they let people smoke. And I found this a lot in Bangkok. It seems like the Japanese and the Koreans, they all smoke. And when you go into a go-go bar, and like I went into Crazy House on just Soy 23 just before Cowboy, and it's full of Japanese and Koreans, and they just all seem to smoke. They really do. And what I find now is because I'm going into bars and I'm getting secondary smoke, it's not, I mean, it's not like a cloud of smoke, but they do smoke. And what I'm finding, I'm having a meal and I'm thinking, oh, I feel like a cigarette. And I haven't felt like that for years. Of course, I'm not going to have one, but it's just nicotine is such an addictive drug that because I've had some secondary smoke, it's started something off in my brain. And I sat with Andrew tonight and he was smoking. I said, I could smoke one of them now, Andrew. And but obviously I won't because I went through a hard time giving up. But, you know, it's funny, isn't it, how it works. Mazza, what are you drinking tonight, Peter? I sent you 100 baht towards your lunch tomorrow. Brilliant, Mazza. Thank you. I am drinking, as you do in Thailand, the famous Leo, 440 ml, I believe 5% proof. And, of course, on the side, little snifter for later on, but not too much. Don't want to get drunk on screen. Okay, I won't say your name again, but you said, I'm on the vape right now. Right, I will give you a warning now about the vape. It's, as we speak, they were talking about making it legal. It's still illegal. And believe it or not, when you come here, you'll see a lot of people vaping. And you think, well, what's the problem? But you're opening yourself up to blackmail, money, and all the rest of it. I was sitting on a beach in Hua Hin. This is an old story. And I was with my vape, watching the sun go down. And I seen a big sign up there, and it says, penalty for vaping, 20,000 baht fine, which is about 500 pounds or 600 US dollars, or 2 years in a Thai prison. 2 years in a private Thai prison. My vape went in the sea. That was it. So listen, if you're going to come here and vape, yes, you can get away with it, but don't be blasé about it. Don't walk down Sukhumvit Road looking like a puffy, like an old train that puffs out smoke. You know, do it discreetly. People do it, but it is illegal. Michael IRH, arriving next Tuesday, 6 months. Lana is helping me with the retirement visa. Great, cheers. She's great. Somebody left me some comments and they were really paranoid. They says, oh, Peter, I think you're a bit of an idiot leaving your passport with a complete stranger. And I thought to myself, this guy's never been to Thailand. He can't have been because, you know, complete stranger. She's a visa agent. She does literally thousands of visas, all marriage visas, extension visas, retirement visas, you know, pot noodle visas, whatever you want, she'll do it, right? And loads of hundreds of people. I met foreigners here who have had it done. You know, I've been to immigration already. I've had my photograph taken. I've got my look at this, just handy. I've got my Bangkok bank account. Look, let me just get rid of this. I want to show you something. I don't know if you're able to see this. 10,000 baht medical insurance free when out on the Dutch. She did that for me, right? ATM card for the Bangkok bank. She did that. I saw there. Look, God bless her. And look at this. 800,000 baht in my account for about 2 seconds. But anyway, it was there. So, yeah. So, I mean, the guy, if he's watching, I don't think he is. He's probably in bed with a couple of Horlicks or something, cocoa. But he said to me, yeah, you're an idiot, Peter, giving your passport to a total stranger. But it doesn't work like that in Thailand, does it? But she's great. No, and there's loads of them around here. There's a Cambodia visa agent here. There's another one over here. And they all do the same thing. And, you know, you get what you pay for. It just makes life easier, doesn't it? Right, where are we? Matthew, that's for you. I know you like to see me drop a scotch. Yeah, Dutch Frang, a pot noodle visa. I was just getting silly there, you know. I was trying to give a broad example of like she can do everything. Mara says, don't listen to the troll. I don't think he was a troll. I think he was just. I said to my actual answer back to him. I said, well, if I was you, I wouldn't step outside the front door because you might get hit by a car, you know. And he wrote back and said, well, that's just silly. And I said, well, no, it's not. It's silly what you said, you know. Mazza again says, Pete, don't flash your personal documents, mate. You never know who's on here. Well, they're not really personal because there's no address on there. It's just a name, and everybody knows what the name is. And I've got 600 baht in that account. So if they want to rob me, they're welcome. David, if it was my passport, that's something else. No way. Right, David Barnett. Hi, Peter. Make sure you get phone, internet banking for your account. Well, that's really strange because I went on to the because I'm organized, I'm I'm ahead of the game here. But you see, what I did, let me put these down so they don't glare you. Right, what I did, I went straight onto the Bangkok bank's website about 48 hours after, and I tried to register internet banking with my password and everything. It just come back and say, oh, you can't register for whatever reason. So what I did a transfer from Wise for about 1,500 baht to the Bangkok bank through the Halifax, and it said, yeah, it's all gone through, lovely, okay, but it hasn't come out my account, it hasn't gone into my Bangkok bank. So something is, I don't know if it takes 72 hours or whatever it is, but I've got to sort it out. I'll go down the Bangkok bank around the corner. I'll go down there. Well, let's put it on 22 now. When you hear you constantly like 23, 24, 22, 19, 80. Anyway, right. Paul Hoskin, do you get internet on the money in Bangkok bank, Peter? Do you get interest on the money in Bangkok? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I don't actually know, Paul. I mean, because the thing is, I wanted to open a bank account with Capricorn Bank because my friend Simon told me the Capricorn Bank has a much nicer internet banking. It's a lot cleaner, like the UK has. Whereas the Bangkok Bank, I suppose it's okay, but she does the Bangkok Bank. That's where her connections are, right? So, we won't say anything more than that. Mr. Tom says, are you using Revolt out there? No, I'm not. We've all got our own little systems that we use, our own apps and stuff, and there's so many of them now. I've got my own, set of them. Might be different to other people's. David Barnett says, has made my life a lot easier. Okay, what has David? Banking or Crypto Chris? Where is it? Crypto Chris. Wise is usually instant now. Yeah, Wise is brilliant. I'm a big fan of Wise. Max Veit, good thing about having a Thai bank is not having to pay the crazy franc. I had to laugh at Andrew Hammond. I keep mentioning Andrew, but we have these lively debates because he's such a tight ass. He really is, God bless him. I mean, love him to bits, but he is so tight. Go around his house for a cup of tea, he's got a fork in the sugar bowl, that sort of thing, right? But he's so tight. And I was going on about, we were talking about this charge from the ATM. It doesn't matter how much you take out, you pay 220 baht. So Andrew said to me, he said, oh, I'd never pay 220 baht. You're throwing your money away. Just go into the bank with your passport. You can get it across the counter. Job done. You don't pay anything. I thought, well, fair enough if that's what you want to do. I went into the Bangkok bank, didn't I, last week? There must have been 80 people sitting there with tickets. Not 80, I'm exaggerating. Say 24, 25, right? So what Andrew would have had to do is go in there, take a ticket, probably waste about 2 hours sitting there, and then go and get his money out. Well, 2 hours to me, I'll pay 220 baht because I'd rather have that 2 hours in my life because I'll never get it back again. He'll start on me tomorrow, Andrew, now. And he's very, I don't know how he does it, right? We were sitting in Billabong last night and we wanted to move on, but he, if you buy a beer, you got a free one left in. So I said to him, look, I'll tell you what, Andrew, I said, you, because we split the check, I said, give me your free beer, because he still had a full bottle. I thought, well, I don't want to sit here without an empty drink, without a drink, and I don't want to order 2 beers, okay? So I said, well, I'll tell you what, you've got a full one, you've got one free one, give me the free one, and when we go somewhere else, I'll buy you a beer. So he says, yeah, all right then. And he was choosing where to go next, right? So bearing in mind, a beer works at about 60 baht in the Billabong bar, right? Where does he take me? Only to Kink. So I buy him a beer. How much is his beer? It's 170 baht. Surprise, surprise. But I did say I'd buy it, so I bought it. Oh, okay, Carlos. Forgot to say Apple is getting me on Wednesday. Okay, good. Let's advertise it. Give her a bit more business there. There we go. If you're going to Thailand, there's Apple's taxi. She'll pick you up. Better to contact her by line. Okay, natural in the buff Vietnamese lady. Sounds like you need to ditch this Andrew guy. No, I don't. He's a great guy. He's great. Do you know what? I said to you last week, Andrew, he's a completely different character to me. He does things totally different. And when I was communicating with him, I met a guy in London who was a great guy over the phone, right? But when I met him in person, he turned out really weird. And I spoke to him one night in Bangkok and never spoke to him again. He just turned out to be like really weird. I won't get into it, but he was. But with Andrew, I thought to myself, because we had these conversations and we used to have like semi-arguments about saving £1, like I always leave a tip when I go about, whereas Andrew will think, well, she gets a salary, why do you have to leave her a tip? But I thought, no, I'm never going to get on with this guy because he's just totally different to me. But actually, he's a really good laugh. I've had some good nights with him. And me being down here by myself, He's been great company, and he's a friend now. So yeah, I wouldn't say that really. Right, Clive again. Poodle Master. Okay, you talk to someone else. Okay. Mazza, Peter, I'm waiting for you to start on your whiskey so I can join you. I've started already. Look, I've already done the bottle. Look, it's gone. Look, it's finished. No, I only had a little bit in it. I've got a. You know, it's always good to have a reserve, isn't it? Pickled liver tonight for lunch, dinner. Right, Eric Whitefield. Hi, Peter from Melbourne. Careful how to say Melbourne because I've had complaints about that before. How you doing, Eric? Let's go back and see some of these older comments that I might have missed. James Casey, yours. Okay, talk to yours. Martin Bloodstein, did you hear about that sad disaster in South Korea? I did, and we did mention it at the beginning, but I don't want to elaborate on it because it's going to put everyone, including me, on a downer. And you know, my wife's from South Korea as well, so she's probably not feeling great about it. Stephen Hills, I have plans to fly out in December for my first trip to Thailand. I may delay though. I feel it's not the right time. ATM plus ongoing domestic issues that need resolving. That's probably the best time to go. I've had domestic issues for the last year, and I'll tell you what, I'm so chilled out here. You know, there's so many arguments with my younger daughter, my elder. I mean, you know, it's really weird with my daughters. You know, they didn't talk to me when I was in England. You know, I was like the panto bad guy. You know. And now I'm away, I'm getting all these nice text messages from them. And I'm thinking, well, when I was there, you didn't want to know me. Now I'm like, you know, best dad there's ever been around. Christ almighty. Right. Stephen says, it takes forever at the bank. Just use the ATM. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the thing is about the ATM, yeah, it's 220 baht, but you can take up to 30,000 baht from the Bangkok bank at one time and 20,000 from all the other banks. Do you know what? I haven't spent. I'll tell you, I should do it really. I haven't. When I came here the first week, I spent a week in the Flipper Lodge on Soi 7. Very, very nice hotel. Paid 800 a night. The only reason I moved over here because I was paying 1,200. And but you know what? I've spent no time over there. I've spent all my time here because when you go over there, there's a lot of tourists, and that might sound a bit silly because it's tourists here, but different kind of tourists. And there just doesn't seem to be much going on. You know, I mean, I don't want to sort of run it down because obviously there's people we know with YouTube channels who have got bars over there, and you know they're doing okay, they're busy, but it just doesn't seem the same as it used to be. You know, like Soi 7, Soi 8, Soi Post Office. I haven't been down Walking Street at night time. I should go. I think what I'll do, I've asked Simon to order me one of these little cameras, you know, with a tiny little screen, very stealth-like, because I don't want to walk down with a bloody phone, you know. And I think next week I'll do some filming down there. I think because I haven't spent a lot of time over there. Dutch Frank says, can I get a bank account with a tourist visa? You'd need to speak to Lana about that. Where there's a will, where there's, you know, I mean, there's not much you can't do here, put it that way. So I'm not going to get into great detail, but what I would say is chat with Lana. Come over here and chat with Lana. You know, how my video's up there, how to stay long term in Thailand, and it's all about her visa agent. Right, Steve, yours. If you're using the ATMs now with a standard Visa UK account, you're getting 200 to 250 baht ATM fee, and the marks exchange fee will be. Yeah, and that's another good reason to use Wise. Leroy 420, how you doing? Javier, did you manage to sell your property back in England? It's going through, Javier, so hopefully when I get back, it should be nearly there, you know, because I want to, do you know what, I just paid the electricity bill and the council tax today, and it was like 600 quid, £600, that's about $700 US, or for the Australians out there, it's about 1,200 Australian dollars. That's my council tax and my electricity bill and everything. I'm not even there, right? So I don't mind paying it because it's my wife and my daughter lives there. But, you know, once I cut all ties and I'm here, that 1,200 Australian dollars or £600, I mean, that'll be in my pocket then, wouldn't it? That'll let me live in a much nicer apartment. Let me just say thank you to a very generous person out there who's left me. Is that Canadian dollars? Sinong. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I'll tell you what's been going quite well for me here on a personal basis. Thanks for that super chat, by the way, Sinong. You know, these consultancy things I do, you know, you can have a one-on-one. I've met several people here. I met a German guy here, very nice guy. I recommended he went to Hua Hin because he was telling me his circumstances. And I got an email the next day saying, love it, best place I've ever been to. And I've done about 6 or 7. There were 3 young guys who wanted a half an hour. That was all right. They're not overly expensive. I'm having a bit of a plug here at the moment. But, you know, if you're one of those guys and you're thinking of coming in, you haven't been here, or you've been here once and you want a bit of advice on the, you know, about condos, buying, selling, visas, girls, anything you want to know. If you're here, I'll come and meet you. There's a small fee. There is a link below in the description to go to my website to see how much it is for a half hour, 2 hours, whatever you want. And if you can't meet up with me personally, then we can do it online on a stream like this, which is private, but most people find it quite helpful. So yeah, a little bit of advertisement there, but I've done a few of them here and they've worked out quite well. Damon, I think you need a bit of one-on-one, Damon. You had that last night. You had a free one last night, didn't you? Peter, we will be heading up to the where's that? Kinnery Place Gents Bar in a few weeks' time. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been there. You're going to be my guide, Damon. I'm going to let you take me around. David Barnett, have had my account with Bank of Bangkok for 7 years. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I don't know that one. Alexander says the walking street in Chiang Mai was quite busy. Maybe I will go up to Chiang Mai for a week. Maybe I will. Corporate, I love eating good pad thai. That's my favorite dish, actually. The manga a little bit here and there. It's lie at the pool sometimes, just watch Netflix in my luxury condo. Yeah, okay, nice one, luxury condo. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you're here long term, you can't go out and sort of party every night, can you? I get tired, I really do. I feel like an old fogey. I had a full health check before it came out, and I'm okay. I drink it probably a little bit. I don't drink in the day, but I drink most nights. Probably shouldn't. That's another thing. When I come out here, I'll try and knock it on the head for 3 or 4 nights. Just drink weekends or something. But I get tired. I get really tired, and I'm not climatized yet. And I wake up at 8 in the morning here, and I think, oh my god, this bed's beautifully comfortable. The aircon's on me core, and I think I'm not getting up. This is peak. This is heaven. Okay, Leroy, freelancer will take what she's given. That's no, you're wrong. Honestly, I don't like to disagree with people outright here, but not now. They won't. Try it when you get here. Honestly, they won't. They'll tell you. They'll give you your marching orders. You pay or you go. Biff, is it Biff or Biff? Hi Peter, would you consider marrying again in Thailand? I don't think I could do it. I'm too suspicious. All these stories I've read out over the last sort of 3 years. I don't know. I mean, if you meet the right person, but I've met guys out here on this trip who said, look, I had a girl. One guy he was with a woman. She was in the was she in the military? I forget. She had a really good job, uniform, and everything, and she messed about with him. So I don't know. I certainly don't want to live with somebody. That's for sure. Again, the freelancers drinks around 140 baht. Yeah, maybe 10 years ago. Try Bangkok now. Down here, they're 145. That's why I say Pattaya is quite cool like that. It's cheap, right, compared to Bangkok. I was in several bars in Bangkok. Try 250 baht for a ladies' drink, honestly. Ivan says, good night, Peter. Early night for you, Ivan. Sheila again, YouTube and Google will turn up nice results. Okay. A little bit cryptic there. I'm not sure if you remember that, Sheila. Johnny Red, how are you, mate? Are you a fan of Samsung? No, I absolutely don't like it at all. And I'll tell you why. The Thai whiskey, isn't it? All it was my all night drink when I was there last time. Yeah, no, for me it tastes kind of syrupy and sweet. I love Thai food, but one thing I hate about Thai food, they put sugar in everything, right? And tonight I had, I eat mostly Thai food because I do enjoy Thai food. And I always have to have no garlic. I don't like garlic. So mayo getiam, no garlic. And but sometimes I forget about the sugar. And I had the beef. How can you put sugar in a beef dish? I had fried beef with pepper and onions and mushroom. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, but it was sweet, and it's unnaturally sweet for me. And I kicking myself. I think I should have told them no sugar. But let's get some of the newer ones again. Darcy, how you doing? Stephen, Darcy, have a good trip. Were you okay? Absolute spanner. Freelancers should be called freelancers. You have to mix more water with it this time of night. Right, unless that's gone right over my head. I didn't get it. Right, Tom Young Guy. Hi, Peter. Wheels up in 2 days. Okay, good stuff. You coming to Pattaya? Have you noticed I say Pattaya now? You say Pattaya, but I've got so many complaints from the Americans. They don't say Pattaya. A lot of the English people say Pattaya, but I've changed it to Pattaya now. I don't get so many complaints. Right, Capital 17, freelancers put prices up when the bar girls put theirs up. Yeah, they're just crazy prices. And I wasn't being funny. They will not go negotiate with you. You got to Sukhumvit, 2,000 baht. You used to say, well, I've got 1,500. I said, we'll see you then. Bye. Right, let's do another competition. What should we do now? Right, let's do. Right, okay, so there's 8 pictures here of Asian girls from around South, well, not just Southeast Asia, Asian girls. One of them is a Thai, and the game is just tell me the number of the girl who you think is a Thai, okay? Well, I've got to be honest with you. I don't make it easy, do I? You'll be surprised, actually. Right. So here we go. Clive, no. Barry from EastEnders, no. Simon Goodison, no. Stephen, too long. Okay. Stephen Hills, no. George Jorg, no. Thailand fan, no. David Barnett, no. Ricardo, no. Keenock, no. Steve P, no. Martin McCormick, no. Roy, no. Redfield, Denmark, no. Ricardo again, no. Be More Run, well done to you, mate. You got it. Eric Whitfield, you got it. I wonder if you remember it from the first time around. Matthew Cartwright, no. Mike Jones, no. David Carroll, no. And don't forget, we've still got the Ladyboy competition towards the end. Neil M, no. David Barnett, no. Dave Stewart, no. Demetrio, no. Damon, no. Should have got that this time, Damon. You're in every stream, mate, for 3 years. 2 years. Charles Stewart, no. Alex, no. Shaggy Rogers, no. Rumbo, no. Lewis C, well done, you got it. To the Paradise City on a nice track. That's a mouthful, isn't it? No. David Salisbury, no. Seamus McKenna, is it? No. Dixon Almost, no. I love it. Only in Thailand, no. Queen Creek 2020, no. Carl D, no. Darcy, no. Mark, no. Come on, guys. Spot the tiger. You must want a tiger. Simon Mays, no. Javier or Javier, whatever it is. Javier, you said it was Javier, right? Yeah, you got it. Well done. Stuart Marston, no. Brian Street, no. Not much luck tonight, Brian. And I've lost you. Where are we? Where's Brian for the next one? We did Damon, Shaggy Rogers. Hang on, where have I lost my place now? Leeds, no. Ben, no. I might miss 1 or 2 guys here because I've had to jump. Oh, there's Brian there. Okay. Franco, second time around, no. Ken Christopherson, you got it right this time. Lester Paul, no. Right, let me just read out the right answers, otherwise I'll go on to just if there's anybody else got the right one. John Quell, yeah, you got it. Well done to you. All these other ones after you, no. All right, Barang, you got it right. Well done to you. Anybody else before I show the answers? Carefree 42. Okay, nice name there. You got it right. Well done. Absolute Spanner, you got it right this time. Normally we get all the right answers at the end, when people go back. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, Dutch Frang, you got it there. Dave Andrew, did I say thank you for that super chat? Back to Con Chang, 1st December to Christmas. Fly back Emirates to, on 25th, Christmas dinner on the plane. Oh, excellent. Thank you for that super chat, Dave. I do appreciate it. Richard, you've had a few too many beers, mate. 22. Right, Harvey, Wisdom, yeah, you got it. We're nearly there now. Let's get these answers up. Right, Roger, last one, you got it right. Let me just show you. And remember, we were trying to find out which one is a Thai girl, okay? And here she is. Right, Stephen says, Brian Flowers, you drop in. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Stephen. I wanted to meet Brian this time around, but he was in England. I don't know if he's still there at the moment. If he's in the stream, that'd be nice. Say hello to you, Brian, if you are. I don't think you are, though, actually. Jay Peter, why don't you? Yeah. Why don't you get spy camera glasses? Then no one will notice you're filming. Do I really want to do that? Do I want to walk around with big Joe 90 glasses, peeping up skirts and stuff? Nah, it's not me. No, I mean, look. One of the reasons I don't want to stay in Pattaya because there's so many YouTubers here, and there's some guys make some very, very good videos. Okay, I've got my favorites. So some of them I think are just, not that great. But I was watching one the other day about. He's not monetized. I don't know why. Maybe it's his content, but he rides around on a bike and he's got 4K. And all he does, he films up and down the soys and all pretty girls, bikinis, and they're very nice videos to watch, But that's just not what I do. And the spy glasses, no, it made me feel like a bit of a perv, to be honest with you. Richard, great to check in with Peter today. Sitting on a beach in Central Park, New York, having a hot dog. That's great, isn't it? Technology is brilliant, isn't it? Here I am in Southeast Asia, in the south of Thailand at 1:20 in the morning, and you're chatting with me, and you're sitting in Central Park, New York, that I've never even been to New York, eating a hot dog. I mean, that's technology, isn't it? Little things like that kind of amaze me. All right, where are we now? Paul Hoskins, walk around with a sign, 1,000 baht for short time. See if you get lucky. You probably get arrested, actually. Okay, Sheila, what you're saying now? She's had a fair bit of surgery, but as long as it makes her happy. Is that the Thai lady or the? Nomi Inspector says, I put all your comments up because I like the picture. I thought one, then changed my mind. Yeah, I don't make it easy, especially like the ones that fool people are the Filipinos and the Indonesians, because when you get the South Koreans, the Japanese, the Vietnamese, the Filipinos, a little bit darker skin a lot of the time, then it's a bit easier. But when the Indonesians and the Filipinos, some of the Filipinos anyway, it can make it quite tough. And don't forget, we've still got the Ladyboy competition. I'll save it to the end as always. And we'll do these each week. We'll just see how it goes down. If people don't like it, I won't do them. But people seem to like it. It's got nearly 400 in. And Sunday night stream. Let's keep it going. Right, yours. Question. Was that your? Yeah, question. Was AM booking freelancers for 24 hours when going out drinking in all the bars? Hers will not be a lady drink as she doesn't work for the bar. Question was ARM booking freelancers for 24 hours? Not sure yours what you mean by that. When going out drinking in all the bars, hers will not be a lady drink as she's not working. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about, let me see if you've got this question right. If you're talking about if you met a freelancer on the street and you took her in a bar and bought her a drink, then yeah, it's not a ladies' bar because she's not connected to that bar. You've just taken her in for a drink. I don't think that's what you meant, but I'm trying to I'm winging it. Right, Ben. Except for number 7, number 8, all of them could pass as Thai. Well, that's why I do it. I mean, if I made it so obvious, it'd be a boring competition. If I got, if I said, well, here's if I put an American girl, an English girl, a German girl, and then a Thai girl, and it was that obvious, everybody would get it right, and it'd be boring, wouldn't it? The whole point of the competition is to make it a little bit difficult. And it's a guessing game, really. You can't tell, really. It's so difficult, isn't it? Even I can't tell. The only reason I know is because I made the competition. The answers are there. But, it's just for fun. There's no prizes. And, if you get it right, you feel good, don't you? Right, okay. Shafiqul again. I'm going to Samui for my honeymoon. Hope I'm not going to get into trouble. Wish me luck. You'll be all right at Samui. It's couples and, a little bit of stuff going on there, but you won't have any problems there. Don't bring her to Pattaya. Don't bring her to Pattaya. Do you remember the lady I interviewed, the American lady, Katie? Do you remember her? She was a single, good-looking girl before she had kids and all the rest of it. And her husband, American guy, he got posted out to Thailand by his company in America, and they just happened to post him to Pattaya. The office was in Pattaya. And what happened? He's here with his American wife, and he ended up shacking up with a 20-year-old go-go dancer and took her back to America and left his wife here. Dreadful. Good interview, though. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Yeah. Not met the guy. Don't know him. Never come across him. Just come across a couple of his videos. I thought, well, they're quite good quality. The first thing that came to mind is why isn't he monetized? The only reason I can think of is maybe YouTube don't like that kind of content. All bikinis and girls outside bars. I don't know. I don't know anybody who chooses not to be monetized if you can do, because we all like, a few extra dollars if we can get it, don't we? Anish, where's your comment? It's gone past me now. Anish Patel, I've lost it. Right, Dave the Rave, how you doing? You're right, Dave. what I've done a review of this hotel, Dave, but with the hotel reviews, I don't put them up until I've left, because you do get one or two nutters out there. And although everybody's been really kind and nice to me, who I've met, have bought me a beer, whatever, I don't want to be sitting in a hotel room and some idiot starts hammering my door pissed at 3 a.m. because I said something about a bar girl and he's married to a bar girl. So what I tend to do is I do a nice review of the hotel, I check out and I put that review up. I'm checking out of here on Tuesday, so the review of this hotel will go up this week. But I'm in an even better hotel now where I'm paying 540 baht a night, but I can't do the review for that for a month because I'm in there for a month. But it's a good hotel. You know, when you get down to the beach side, the hotels are like 1,500 baht now, you know. I mean, unless you're, you know, above a bar or something, you know. And a lot of them around here, the cheap ones, you'll find like they've got rooms available on the 3rd and 4th floor. But the 1st and 2nd floor, it's all residents or long-term stayers. And, you know, they haven't got any elevator. I mean, who wants to walk up 4 flights of stairs every day or several times a day? Yeah, nice to see you in the stream, Dave. I guess you're missing Thailand. You know, when we were away, we all missed Thailand. I didn't come back for a couple of years. I'm in a really good opportunity that I've got a nice channel that's related to the country. It gives me an excuse to come back. If you've watched the streams earlier, Dave, you'll know that my wife and I are 33 years of separating in a nice way. But I'm going to move back out here again. And you know from the old days when I lived in Bangkok, when we used to hang out and stuff in the bars, it was 25 years ago, you know, and I'm doing it all again, you know, so we'll see how that goes. Toby Price. Yes, the lady who comes into the bar who does not work in the bar, no lady drink costs. Yeah, exactly. But you know what pisses me off? This happened to me in a bar in Bangkok. I told you that I won't go through the whole story again, but I was waiting for somebody in quite a famous outside bar on Sukhumvit, and the person was late turning up, and there was a freelancer in there, and she said, "Do you want to play pool?" And I thought, "Yeah, okay, I'll play pool with you." And she was drinking a glass of red wine, and the price of that red wine was 120 baht. So because she was giving up her time to play pool with me, I wasn't interested in her, but I thought, I said, "Do you want a drink?" And she said, "Yeah." Same drink, 170 baht. So I looked at it and I thought, well, hang on, you've had a red wine, it was 120 baht, and I've just bought you this one, same drink, 170 baht. So I said to the lady behind the bar, I said, well, she's had a bar, she bought the first one, it's 120, and she's had exactly the same, but it's 170. What's going on? She said, well, it's a lady's drink now because you bought it. And I thought, yeah, it really wound me up, you know, but I just, what can you do? You can't win. Paul Hoskin again. Do you still? Oh, well, you can win in a way, because what I said to her then, I said, well, I'm not going to buy you any more drinks, but I'll give you a tip when we finish playing pool, you know. But then it turned into all hell broke loose, didn't it? When they tried to rip me off for 9 glasses of red wine. Remember that story? Do you still get the previous King's banknotes when you change the money? Yeah, they'll take it forever, Paul. It's not like in the UK when they change currency, they give you a certain time frame. They say, okay, you've got 2 months, and then this currency is not valid anymore. If you want to exchange it, you have to take it into a bank. Here it never runs out, you just keep spending it, and as the money goes back to the bank, they just start you know, taking the old notes back in, but then there's no time limit on it. Glad you say it's all Jen. Is that Jen? Make me feel better about always guessing wrong. Oh, I see what you mean, guessing. Yeah. Glad you say it's all guessing. Makes me feel better about. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can tell, and it's good if you get it right. And if you really think, well, that I know that's a Thai girl, and you get it right, it's great, isn't it? But it is a guessing. It's like the Ladyboy competition that's coming up in a little while now. We've been going for an hour and a half. Give it a little while longer. I'll put that up there. Again, if you were here in Pattaya and a ladyboy approached you on the street, you'd know 110%. But when you're looking at pictures, and especially the way I do it, you know, where the girl, I'll make her look like a ladyboy. Like you'll get a girl who looks a bit like a ladyboy, right? Well, I'll get that picture. I'll make it really difficult. So it's not easy. It's not easy. It is a guessing game. Sean Standard, lucky man getting posted to Pattaya, yeah, in a little manila envelope. Right, Toby Price, Paul Hoskins, yes, we're still home. Right, Clive, that's quite a long one. Be more Ron, hope you and your Ning do well. I'm off to Manila. She has 3, this is your new one, isn't it, Clive? She has 3 kids and dark skin. Philippines, okay. Good luck to you with that one. Thailand found. He has a second channel that is good, food and restaurant reviews with his very nice wife. They are monetized. Okay, so if you say he's got a second channel that's monetized, that tells me that the first channel that we're talking about isn't monetized. I'm just guessing, but YouTube are quite strict on that sort of thing. What people don't realize, when you monetize, get into their partnership program, and you monetize on a YouTube channel, it's not a right. Their rules is you have to have within a 1 year period, you have to have 1,000 new subscribers. If you get to 1 year and 1 day and you've got 999, it goes back to zero. That's how it is, right? So you've got to have 1,000 new subscribers in a year plus 4,000 watch hours. That's a lot of watch hours, right? So if you have 1,000 people subscribe and you have 4,000 watch hours, right? People think, oh, that's it, I can monetize. It's automatic. It's not. It's not at all. What happens is you qualify to go into the partnership program with Google AdSense. It's not YouTube. It's a partnership. So what happens when you get to that level? You qualify and you apply. And what happens is somebody in America will go to your site, your channel, and they'll look at several videos and they'll decide, because their advertisers are more important to them than us YouTubers. So what they want to do is keep them happy. They don't care about you and your channel. They've got thousands and thousands and thousands of channels. They lose a few channels, no big deal to them. It's the advertisers who are paying the money they don't want to lose, right? So what happens when you get to that level where you get the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, and people think that's it, I can monetize. No, not at all. You have to apply. And what happens is somebody sitting in an office, in a big corporate office in America, will go to your channel and they'll look at your videos and they'll decide and think, well, yeah, this guy tells stories, or he wanders around streets, nothing offensive. Okay, you can monetize, right? You get somebody who's doing nothing but, secretly filming inside go-go bars and girls in bikinis on the street, and that's every video. A lot of the time they say, well, no, we're not interested in working with you because that's not suitable content for our subscribers. But how some of the guys get around it, they won't make as much money, but they'll have a membership system, so they'll do it because they enjoy it and have it. I'm not saying this guy who I was talking about does it, but that's generally what happens. Mazza, another long one there. Peter, I hope the dust settles once Ed goes to Thailand and you two can meet up and enter a live stream. What dust, Mazza? People are assuming, like, I don't know nothing about it, right? People write to me and say, that video that he put up and he said that somebody upset him, and people have been writing to me and saying, oh, was it you? What did you say and all that? I don't know nothing about it, right? I've seen the video the same as you, and several YouTubers I know say, oh, maybe it was me because I said that, or maybe it was me because I said that. But, no, I mean, it's like, I hope the dust settles. There is no dust to settle. I've got his Facebook, I've got his whatever, I mean, I haven't contacted him since that video, just in case he's upset. I don't know. I mean, it's nothing to do with me. I mean, each person who does YouTube is their own person, right? If somebody's put out videos saying, that's it, I'm going to work alone, bollocks for everybody, that is their decision. I have to respect it, but it's nothing to do with me. I don't know nothing about it. And that guy I told you about, I met in a bar. He said, oh, you shouldn't wear a vest on the stream. It looks terrible. And he was having a go at me. He said to me, oh, people are assuming it's you. And I said, what people? What are you talking about? And he says, the online community. I says, what online community? And he says, oh, Facebook, that people were saying it was a 60-year-old guy and you're the only. And I says, you're wrong. I said, when he made that video, they said 50 or 60. I said, it wasn't just 60. He was just a prat. Let's not go there. But Mazza, I'm not having a go at you, mate, but don't assume it's me. It's not. I don't know. I've got my suspicions who it is. Okay, I've got my suspicions, but I just don't want to contact him because he said in that video, I don't want nothing to do with anybody else. I'm going to do my own thing, and that's it. But I have heard since he's contacted several people by email. He hasn't contacted me, so maybe it was me. I don't know. I can't think of anything I said, but right. Toby Price still can be used. Thai Cloud. Thailand is not a place for people with no willpower. Yeah, some people come unstuck here big time. I told you about the guy I met the other day. No, I won't go into that again. Okay, Dave the Rave. I'm coming to Thailand on February 9th for nearly 4 weeks. Can't wait. Well, that's good news, Dave, because I know you had a problem. You had to have some amputation on your legs, didn't you? They screwed it up in the UK, in Thailand. You went back and you got sorted out. And, when Dave came back after so many years, I went up to see him. We had a little bit of a fallout, a misunderstanding. We were both frustrated with different reasons. But yeah, if you're coming back, I mean, that'll be interesting. I guess I'll be here. You're coming back in 4 weeks. You're coming back in February. Okay, so I don't think I'll be here because I'm going back at the end of January, and I hope my house will go through. Then I'm moving out here full time. Right, there we are. There he is, Mr. Anesh Patel. Hi, Peter. Good hotel prices in. Is it Salil Hotel on Sukhumvit Soy 11, opposite Mercure Hotel? Have a look. I stay every time. Well, we've all got our favourites, Anesh. I mean, I've been going to Bangkok for over 30 years, so I'm not being arrogant about it. And thank you for the tip, but I've got hotels that I like to stay in. I mean, the Majestic Hotel around the corner from Soi 4, that's very reasonable, 1,000 baht. I like the Staple Lodge on Soi 8. I like the Nana Time Mansion, not to be confused with a Nana Hotel, which is right at the end of the Soi 4. I mean, I've got, you know, we've all got our favourite places, haven't we? Right, James Bond. Peter, what is the last time you had your testosterone levels checked? I don't think I've ever had them checked, but if that's going where I think it is, I don't think I need them checked. Right, Clayton Fitchum, is it? The old guys never mature, we do. All right. Ben, on Soy Cowboy, if you bring one of the bar girls to another bar, she will get a commission, and yes, they will charge you more for the drink. Well, that's strange, Ben, because I mean, it's interesting what you say, because some of the guys were saying if you take a girl to the bar, they don't get charged the ladies' drink. Right, Desert Dan, thank you for that, mate. I appreciate that. Cheers, Peter. $10, that'll get a few beers in LK Metro. Right, Ed Sweeney's 20 stone wife back in England. Ed told me in person that it wasn't actually a YouTuber that upset him. It was just the fact he hadn't emptied himself in a few days. Okay, all right. You know, without getting into this again, if somebody makes a video and goes on a public forum and said, right, I want to do everything by myself, I don't want nothing to do with anybody else, then you just got to respect that, haven't you? I mean, I haven't gone, I said, hey, what's going on? You know, I mean, he's made his point and that's it. Eric, in 2 words, I can answer that. It's not. Do you know, this is a conversation I was having with Andrew again. It's terrible here because the food options are so good. You know, you come out of LK Metro, and you've got the chicken sticks, the pork sticks, and all the rest of it. Okay, that's one cart. And then you move along just a little bit. It's all on the end of LK Metro, right? Then you've got pizza by the slice for 80 baht, big, huge slices, okay? And then next to that, you've got chicken kebabs with onions and spicy sauce and all the rest of that. And then after that, you've got the Subway, okay? So now you've made it to the Baht bus. You're strong-willed, and you haven't taken anything. So what happens, you come back to the hotel, and opposite the hotels are 24/7, 7-Eleven 24/7, and you go in there and you come out with a big bag of Lay's crisps and all these peanuts and stuff. And you think, well, I'll eat the Lay's crisps and everything else I'll eat during the week. And then what happens? You come back, watch a movie, and eat the bloody lot. You know, I do. So no, I've been going to the gym, but nothing too serious yet. But this is why I'm really happy that I'm moving to this hotel on the other side of the 3rd road, because if I get pissed, I'm in the room. I think I want a bag of crisps. I can't. I'm not going to ride my motorbike when I'm drunk or even had a drink. You know. So we'll see how it goes over the next 4 weeks. Rob, thank you, mate. Have a meal on me in Tree Town. I will. I had a meal in Tree Town tonight. Actually, it was really nice. Yeah. Right, John. Is it John Malone? Mongren all day keeps the doctor away. Okay. Don't even go there. Yours travels. Have you had the shits yet? Well, put it this way: it's not a case of have I had the shits yet. Have I had anything normal yet? I've had it for about 3 weeks. It's terrible. No, I mean, it comes and goes, doesn't it? I find my problem is I like chili, and I can eat it a lot of chili, really spicy. Of course, what happens is it's like it goes into the stomach. My stomach says, no way, you know, and I pay for it the next day. It's getting better though. David Salisbury, have you been drinking around Tree Town? Yeah. There's a bar up there that was quite nice, quite relaxing, called God, I can't remember. It's called something like Long Hung, or Hung Long, probably. A couple of pool tables, you know, some quite nice people who work there. And yeah. You know what? I went with somebody to Tree Town and we walked around, and the music was so loud that when I sit in a bar with someone, I like to have a conversation with them, and it's so loud that you're shouting over the music. And when they talk to you, your ear is actually tingling because they're shouting so much. Well, I don't like that. You know, if I go into a bar, I don't mind a bit of background music at a reasonable level. Oh, yeah, I'm an old fogey, all right. But what I don't want is like booming so loud that when that guy talks to me, it's actually tickling the inside of my ear, you know, the eardrum. So I'm very selective now, very selective. And that's why I like the Time Bar and the Billabong Bar, because the music, they have a live band in Billabong Bar, but you can still hear yourself talk. You know, it's great. You know. Right, let me just say thank you to Nick S. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. A few more beers there. Thank you. Right, let's have a look. Steve P says, you're making me hungry. Well, I've said to myself tonight after this stream, because you know what happens? It's now the time is 20 to 2, and I've said, you will not eat tonight, Peter. That is your mission tonight, 007, is not to eat. Yeah, that's it. Is it well hung? Is it Paulo and well hung? Yeah, it's quite a nice little bar, isn't it? They've got a couple of pool tables. The beer's fairly cheap. Some nice sort of people working there, and it's not, the music isn't like deafening, you know. Dave Andrew, I think you, Peter, Eddie, Dean, and Phil are the best YouTubers. Good content, honest review. All right, thanks, Dave. I suppose it depends on your age as well, is it? Because I know people who watch people like that Dan the Man, which I've never watched, and then Keys one, is it? Apparently he walked down here the other day. I didn't see him, but you know, they won't appeal to my audience, will they? Because I'm 62, and a lot of the guys who watch this are around the 50 to 60 mark. And those guys are kind of 30 plus, so it's a different crowd, isn't it? I mean, you'll never see me make a video of a full moon party because I won't go to a full moon party. I'll look a bit odd if I did, wouldn't I? Keenock, try a breakfast in Kung Soi, Lenki spot. I'll tell you what, thanks for the super chat, but I'm going to recommend the best breakfast I've had in Soi Bukhara. People rave on about a few places around here. I don't want to be deflammatory. Is it deflammatory? Is that the word? Nothing wrong with it. It's a great breakfast. But there's a place that does, and I'm not going to name it, but there's a place that does a breakfast. They do one for 89 baht. They do one for 110 baht, something like that. Another one for 180. And they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. But, you know, when you talk about money, you go and buy that 89 baht breakfast. You get one piece of bacon, a few beans, one egg, one piece of toast, and a cup of coffee. That does not fill me up when I've been on the drink all night and I'm starving, right? Or you can go for the big one. I'll recommend you somewhere really good now. I'm very reluctant to eat food in a bar, like a beer bar, for instance. You know, I think if you're going to drink, go to a bar. If you're going to eat, go to a restaurant, right? A few people told me about the Time Bar. I've got no affiliation with it, but it's such a great bar. I went there for breakfast. It was 100, I think it was about 140 baht. Guys, absolutely brilliant. 2 big fat sausages, bacon, 2 eggs, mushrooms, beans, 2 slices of toast, not the sweet bread that you get in 7-Eleven that a lot of the others do, coffee, orange juice, and you know, the problem is with the Thais, if you have scrambled egg or an omelette, you know, like in the UK, we might put a tiny little bit of butter in it to make it a bit more tasty. Here, they always put too much butter in the omelettes and the scrambled eggs. So when you order scrambled egg, it's like really buttery and a bit sickly. Well, over there in Time Bar, it's just right. It's like you cook it in England, guys. If you want to have a real good breakfast at a reasonable price, go to the Time Bar. They serve breakfast all day. You go there in the morning, it's really busy, really busy. Okay, Mazza, Peter, I'm probably closer to age to Keys one guy than you, but I prefer your stuff. Not saying I don't like his, because I think he's a cool guy, but I only have time for a certain amount of YouTube. Oh, well, that's kind of you to say, Mazza. I didn't realize you were young. And nothing against him. He makes some great videos and stuff, but it's just, you know, different YouTube creators have different followers, don't they? You know, the sort of stuff I talk about, you know, might not be interesting to somebody younger, and somebody younger who wants to watch a video on full moon parties, Thai nightclubs and all that. You know, that's not something that I wouldn't go into a Thai nightclub. I've been in them all for lots of years, but I wouldn't make a video on one. Paul Hoskins again. Is there anywhere that does all-you-can-eat breakfast? Well, yeah, mainly the hotels, Paul. You'd have to go for the buffet, wouldn't you? Because you know, when you stay in the hotel, you get a buffet, but it's always quite expensive if you're not staying in the hotel. But they have a buffet done. The Flipper Lodge do a buffet free with a room, but the problem is they don't have bacon, right? They have, you know, when you go for the breakfast here, you have proper bacon, proper sausages, but they do this. It's almost like processed ham in a hot water, and these little hot dog sausages, you know. And I can't eat that crap, you know. I'll fill up on toast and croissants and cornflakes, stuff like that. Yes, Time Bar girls, really good reviews. Yeah, okay. Well, not at the time. It's not so much. They do have girls there, but it's not so much that the beer's 50 baht until midnight. A can of Leo, a bottle of Leo, and the food is fantastic. It's second to none. It's brilliant. I went there because somebody recommended it. I went back there today. I didn't have a full English. I just had scrambled egg on toast, but 80 baht, brilliant. Nice thick toast as well. I'm getting hungry now. Stop talking about food. Right, Javier. Peter, did you visit Milk Bar from Mr. Egg? Is looking very fancy. I didn't visit it, but I've been in it because if you look, when I first got here, I did an interview with Mr. Ed, Baldy Head, or what do you call him, Mr. Ed? Because when I was here in December, I met quite a lot of YouTube people. That is it Lucas from Ride for Kicks and Trevor, of course, and I met Nick Dean and I met Brian Flowers, but I didn't meet Phil. And a lot of people on the stream said, oh, you should have gone to see Phil because, you know, he's a nice guy and all that. So I thought, well, I'll make a beeline. But I haven't met anybody else. I wrote to Trevor yesterday. I said, look, Trevor, you might have heard him in town, but I haven't visited anyone because I'm not you know, I just want to spend some time by myself because what's been going on in the UK, and I don't want to be part of a YouTube gang here. But on the other hand, I didn't want him to think I was being sort of like snobbish or arrogant. So I just sent him a text and said, look, Trevor, no hard feelings, but I haven't met anybody except Mr. Ed. And I've only met him because I never met him last time. I'm just keeping myself to myself. A couple of days I went to Jompton and just hung out on the beach by myself. I just sat in a deck chair and just got thinking. It's really nice, you know. So, yeah. Right, and with that, we're going to do the Ladyboy competition. Let me just get rid of this comment because I've been going nearly 2 hours and I am actually feeling really tired now. I need to get some sleep. Let me just get rid of these comments. Right. Okay. Right. So you know this one, guys. This is not a new set of pictures. They're quite old, but hopefully you won't remember them. So you know the idea. There's 8 pictures. 7 of them are ladyboys. I want to know the number of the picture who is a real girl. Okay. I think Clive, McLaren F1, I think you've got a good memory. I think you remember. Right, before I get into the answers, let me just say thank you really quickly to, is it Dubstar71, $20. Enjoy your live streams, Peter. Have a few beers on me. Cheers. That's very generous of you. And I always say it, but I do mean it. I do appreciate it. Okay. Right, let's see. So we're looking for the lady. Okay, last competition of the night. A little bit difficult tonight, guys. I'll be honest with you. Let me go right back to the beginning here. Oh, excuse me. Well, there's a lot of answers here, right here. Where are we? Start one. Right, George Van. I can't say it. No, Matthew. No. Mike Jones. No. Richard Woody. No. Steve P. No. Yoss Travels. No. Neelam M. No. Steve Thomas. No. Mercy Pool. 58. Martin McCormick. No. Stephen Hill. No. Rumbo. No. Charlie Stewart. Right. No. Clive. Well done, mate. You always get it wrong, and you got it right tonight. So that's why I'm wondering. Do you remember when I ran it a year ago? Right. Thailand found. No. Marky Hanley. No. Kevin 12346. No. Eric Whitfield. No. Leeds. No. Joe. No. Shear 555. No. Brian Street. No. You're not very lucky here, Brian. I'm going to phone you up and give you the answers one day. Shaggy Rogers. No. Lewis C. No. Paul Owen. No. David Salisbury. No. Thailand Clucker. Is it? No. Where are we? Nomio Inspector, no. Martin Ryder, no. Ken Christopherson, no. Nick S, no. Difficult this week, isn't it, guys? I know it's difficult. Ricardo, no. Robert, I think I've made it too difficult. You'll see why when I give you the answer. Javier, well done, mate. You got it. Rob, no. Sorry. Nick Reels, no. Martin Blunston, no. Simon Mayers, no. Motel, yes, you got it. Mike Tom Say, is it? No. Robster, yes, you got it. Dalen Dave, no. David Cartel, question mark. Yeah, I understand that. I can't say that name. Is it 66 clicks or something like that? No, by the way. English Jet, no. Keenock, no. Redfield, Denmark, no. Butterfly and Clitters, Arizona. Well done. You got it right. Franco De Rosa. Go to bed, Franco. Look, there he is with the handsome man. No. Damon, no. Max Fight, no. You keep putting the right answer up there. I'm only going to read it once, Clive. A then no. Butterfly and Kisses, you got it right already. Now you've given me a wrong answer. It's not number 2. No. Dutch Frang, no. Clive, you've given me this answer about 22 times. Butterfly and Kisses again. Now you're saying number 3. What are you doing? Hedging your bets. You got it right already. Kevin Sutherland, no. Harvey Wisdom, no. Again, Clive. Butterfly and Kisses, number 4. You've done 1, 2, 3. Now you're on 4. Let me guess. The next one's going to be number 5 from you. Mazza, I'll bet my bottom dollar on it. Number 5. Keep the dollar in your pocket, Mazza, because it's the wrong answer. Yeah, Butterfly Kisses, number 5. Number 6 coming up, guys. Let's have a look. Edwardian Edward, great name. No. Anash Patel, no. Pacemaker, no. We're nearly there, aren't we, guys? Let's just do the right answers now. So I'll be going on all night. Tommy and Guy, that's the wrong answer. I won't be reading that one out. Right, Clive, yes. Anybody else? Let's have a look. Peter Parker, you got it. Yeah, well done. Lester Paul, you got it. Well done. Welsh 32, you've got it. Nice seeing you in Welsh 32. A little bit late, but not to worry. Alan Potter, yeah, okay. I think we know which one you mean. You got it right. Paul Hoskin, guessing. Yeah, good guess, Paul. You got it right. That's it. Let's just put the answer up quick now. Okay, so here we go. And remember, these ran about a year ago, so I don't think you wouldn't remember them, would you? But we'll do. I'm going to do this again next week. It's actually worked. Here we go. It was difficult, wasn't it? I mean, number one, I looked more like a ladyboy than the other ladyboys, didn't it? But I'll keep it going. I'll bring these because I've got these competitions all on the Google Drive in the cloud, you know. So whatever I do at home, I can access it here. So that seemed to go quite well tonight. I'm really happy because as far as I can't see what you guys have seen picture quality, maybe you got the white wheel and a black screen sometimes, but from my end, it seems to all have gone well. The sound seems to be good. I haven't had one person tell me I can't hear you or can't see you. So that's good. The competition seemed to have gone down okay tonight. We had over 400 in, dropped slightly now. So for me, it's been a fairly successful stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll keep it going for 5 more minutes while I finish my beer and then start another one. I am getting tired now, though. I said that right. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah, you got the first one, right? Is that really you? Is that you're very pretty there? That's not my standard chat line. I'm just giving you a compliment. Right, Thailand Clucker. I still prefer 5. All right. I've just related to your name now, Thailand Clucker. It's a polite way of saying something very unpolite. Very clever. Okay. Excuse me, burping like a trooper now. And Mazza. Yes, Peter, don't repeat there. Most of us are half cut on these steaks and we'll never remember, okay? No, there's no harm. Do you know, I'll be honest with you guys. Like when you do a 2-hour stream like I do, when you've got to constantly be on the ball and watch everything, it's really hard to keep the concentration up. And right, it's 2 o'clock in the morning for me. It's 5 to 2 and I've been up since 9 this morning, so I am tired. I've been drinking. When I do these competitions, not the answer, the question, when it's running, it's about a minute. It gives me a time to just kind of get my thoughts together, you know, grab a beer and think, well, okay, what am I doing next? Who have I missed? And by the time it finishes a competition, you're kind of fresh. And that's a great thing about the competition. So I'll try and keep them going unless I get any complaints. Mercy Paul, just haven't seen you in tonight. It certainly makes me question which side I'm on. No, you wait till you get here. You won't be. That won't happen. Believe me. Oh, how do you work that one out, Clive? I owe you a pint for getting the competition right. You owe me a crate for getting it wrong every week for the last year. Leroy 420. I'll buy you a pint if I see you here, Clive. I'll buy you a drink. No worries with that. Frank Bruno, laugh out loud. Haven't heard of him for years. Yeah, Frank Bruno, the boxer. Yeah, he did a few adverts, didn't he? Simon Mays, no issues with sound or anything. Been great, thanks. You know, it's improving. You know, that all this is coming from a mobile phone. It's brilliant. And this time, I brought my camera with me from the UK because this laptop is brilliant. It's a iCore 7 inside, good hard. Paid about £1,200 for it. It's a brilliant little laptop, but the cameras are shit. You know, they look really crap. And I'm not going to break the stream and show you. I showed you last week, but I brought my very nice camera. That cost me all of £50, but it's not a bad picture. And you can see I'm in my short time room here. No one hiding in the bathroom, but I'll be coming to you from a hotel live from the other side of the third road next week. I might try and set something up so I can show you the room. Somebody said to me last week, they were convinced, you know, I did a 2-hour stream. They were convinced I had some bar girl in here and she was hiding in the bathroom for 2 hours. You know, no. All All right, where are we? Paul Cannon, is it? Number 4. We've gone past that stage, right? Yours again. Peter, when I'm in Pattaya, you can vlog my condo. Yeah, okay. And so what, £23 a night gets you on Airbnb? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll meet up, have a bit of a kebab or something. I'll come around yours and get it all on film. I mean, that's something I do intend to do here. There's a few people doing it already, but people want to know, you know, they want to know, right, well, if I come out there and live, what will I get for £500 a month? What will I get for £800 a month? Is it better to buy? Is it better to rent? What's the deal? People do want to know that, you know, but the problem is when you're making them sort of videos, because they're so time consuming, there's only so many you can do, isn't there? That guy, Everything Pattaya, he does a lot of good reviews. I've watched, he does like soapy massages, condos, all sorts, and he's quite good at it, you know, so... you know, you don't want to be a second best, do you? You know, I like to think I'm good at what I do, and you know, other people have got their talents, haven't they? Dutch Frank says 2,000 baht to hide her in the bathroom. Yeah, well, I'm still married, aren't I? I come here to look at temples, you know that, right? Welsh 32, all right, yeah. Paul Hoskins, please, sir, I clean loom now. Yeah, okay, plenty of that. You know, I've got a girl who cleans this room. Her name's Oot. I don't think she'll be right. Crazy name. That's her name, Oot. Get Oot. But she's just started here. She's about 30. Lovely girl. Doesn't speak any English, but I give her 100 baht every sort of 3 days or so, because you know these people work hard. I'm not a white knight or anything like that, and I'm not rich to throw money away. But you know, they work hard. She cleans my room. I'm happy with what she does. So every sort of 2 or 3 days, I say I'll give her 100 baht. And she's thrilled to bits, because giving her 100 baht is like somebody giving me £10 or £20. So, you know, you guys have been generous. You give me super chats, and I like it. So, you know, I like to, you know, give, you know, a little bit to her. And I'm talking about tips, right? Nothing else. Yeah, Nomia Inspector, who's under the bed? I wish. I'll cut it out there. Right. Thailand, you can ask Damien. He knows I'm a good boy. I don't do things like that. Jet Guther does some good videos on property. Do you know, I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. The thing is, who was I talking to the other day? Somebody was talking to me. We were talking about YouTubers in Thailand, and this guy was saying, "Oh, well, I like this guy and I like that guy and I don't like him." And I listened to him. I thought, do you know what? I don't know any of them. I've never heard of them. Ed Jones. Anything you can sell, live in, or take to bed should be rented, not bought. Fair enough. Good comment. Welsh 32, I'd like to think so. Very clever. Give her the whole thing, not the tip. Yeah, all right. It's quite attractive, actually, but you know me, I'm a married man. I don't do things like that. But that's what the trolls do. They write into me and they say, yeah, sure, Peter, you can't fool us. We know what you're doing out there. You keep saying you don't do it. You're the chief monger. You know, you're the king of the mongers. You're at it every day and night. You know, you're encouraging others. The trolls love all that. Thailand fan again. Jet used to read the news for the Tiger. Oh, he's got his own channel, has he? Is that the like the chubby Thai guy? Yeah, okay. What's happened to Colonel Kling? What's his name? I'm not sure. I'm not taking the mickey, actually. The guy who used to work for the Tiger, the Australian guy. What's his name? Because he was pretty good. Somebody told me he's got his own channel. What's his name again? Somebody bring it up now. Mark Hanley. Thank you for the cleaning lady. Okay, you should appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for that, Mark. I will pass that on to her, actually. I know you're thinking, he's just saying that for a stream, but he won't. But I will. I'll give her 100 baht tomorrow. How much is 5 quid? That's 40, 80, 120, 100. Hang on. It's 44 now, isn't it? So let's just use 40, 80, 120, 100. I'll give her 200 baht tomorrow. And I'll say, that's from Mark Hanley. And she'll go, okay. She won't know, but I'll give her it. Right, Damon. Yeah, that's it. Tim Newton. Yeah, I thought he was pretty good, actually. I said this before, no disrespect to the Tiger, but I felt like he was a kind of anchor. And once Tim left, I just felt it wasn't. I've actually unsubscribed actually now, because the Tiger for me was Tim, and he was kind of like the anchor, and the others fed off him. And now I just don't think it's the same anymore. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's not for me though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's it. Charlie Stewart Wright says Tim Newton. Okay. We'll do a few more comments. It's over 2 hours now, guys. I'm getting really tired now. Thank you for all your super chats. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. I appreciate it, but I really, really do, honestly. But it's 2 o'clock in the morning now, so I've got to get some sleep soon. I don't know why, but I'm buzzing for Mexico GP now. I think. Okay, yeah, guys. What time is it now? 5, 6. So another hour. You got the GP, haven't you? The racing, whatever it is. Nick, is that a second time round? Thank you, mate. Very good. For the cleaning lady. Jesus Christ, she's going to think I want to Roger her when I start giving her all this cash tomorrow. Which you guys know I would never do. Right, okay. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Second time around. Yeah, cheers, Clive. Right, guys. I'm going to say thank you to Franco. I'm going to say thank you to Damien for the 2 moderators. Capu, if he's still out there, because I'm always pissed when I'm on his stream. Let me just get this ready. Yeah, thank you to Damien. Thank you to Franco and Capio if he was doing any moderating. Most of all, thank you to you guys for the super chats. It is really, really appreciated. Honestly, I know you work hard for your money. Passing it over to me is very generous, and it will be well used. Okay, and I will give I'll give her 250 baht tomorrow. Okay, she won't understand why, but I'll give her it tomorrow, and it'll make her day. I promise you. Hand on heart, I will give it. But until next, when are we now? I'm getting mixed up. Until next Sunday. So this week, what videos have I got coming out this week? I've got, when I move out of here, I'm going to do the review because I talk about that guy who, like, I don't want to be on camera. So I talk about him, and I think he's still here. So I'll wait till I move out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the daytime Jomtien ride. I'm going to take the bus to Bangkok in the week just to make a video. I know a lot of you guys have done it, but I always take a taxi. But the bus station is just over there. It's 140 baht. So I'll film it. What else am I going to do? Oh, I've got a business opportunity for you. I'm going up to Bangkok to film that, and I'm pretty certain that will be a lot of interested parties in that. I'm going to film that this week, right? Okay, guys, what can I say? It's been a blast. Until next week, next Sunday. Thank you all, and yeah, I'll see you next Sunday. Cheers.
Yeah.